No, I'm in case anybody needs my astrological chart right now.
That's
guys.
kind of crazy because I think I'm a Cancer with, I think, a Pisces moon and then Cancer rising. We have to look it up.
Okay.
I actually was going to just do I have a birth chart someplace and I can't find it. Like like weirdo that I am, I got the kids' birth charts done as soon as they were born. And I had mine done like years ago. And I have the kids like in a nice folder and like in a nice binder. And I don't have mine. But so everybody, we're
guys.
live.
Welcome.
Yay! So, where'd Kat go? Kat disappeared. She told me that I had the wrong time on. Hello, Mel. Hello, Celtic Rune. Hello, Diana. Snack pack!
Snack pack in the house.
We're gonna make that a thing, right? The snack pack.
Yeah, we haven't.
I love that.
Snack packers.
Oh, thumbs up if you want merch. We'll make merch.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out how to do it. I'm kind of confused, but I'm sure it's not that hard.
I got a friend that does that stuff.
Oh, well, then that's good. We don't have to think. I like that.
We don't have. I know. I made it AM because, progress on the she shed. Well, really fun. We did the tar paper so we could do the shingles, and it was really windy, and it ripped the tar paper off one side, so we got to redo the tar paper.
Oh, that's special.
Good times. Good times.
Good times.
Diana likes the idea of merch. So I hope everybody had a great week. Alycia, how was your week?
I don't remember what day it was. There was one day this week we had no internet. It was horrible. And it was one of those things where until you don't have it, you realize like how dependent you are. Like all of the software and apps I use to run my business, it's all online. It's not like I have software on my computer anymore, not a lot of it, to continue working. So, when they talk about in case there's an internet blackout, that's like a thing where you're like, holy shit, this is not good. Not good at all. So got a little delayed in doing anything this week by a day or two, but other than that, and the secret military helicopter flying over our house really low, not on the radar, everything's spectacular. All good.
Yeah, fun times. We have military helicopters that go over here, and like Gregopedia knows as soon as they go over because he hears something with the baffles. I don't know. He hears something, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's a military helicopter," because I can hear the baffles, or I don't know what that means. But they go over. They do drills at night, and they're like,
we don't have that here. Nobody's doing drills. The base is too far away. It's they just keep coming around us. I don't know. We're like in the path, or I can see them in the distance. It's just an odd thing lately.
Maybe they're not coming around us. Maybe it's you.
Me.
You better put that hat on.
I know. I have to get my hat on. All like, that's right.
The hat looks great on you.
Thank you. I didn't think orange would be my color, but it definitely works when I need to get my tinfoil hat on. It's just really good. My husband couldn't believe. He was like, I can't believe you're so happy over this hat. I'm like, I've never been excited about any type of hat wear ever in my life.
Does he know how happy the rest of us are? Like, we're just like,
I don't think he does. I don't think he does. He's probably just like, okay, you got a hat. I'm like, no, it's epic.
So I'm scrambling with all these decks here. I got decks galore. I'm all decked out.
All right, well, let's whip up our deck screens. Oh, look at it. Wow. I was going to say the military gods are with us. Awkward.
Well, the fact that I got all of my cameras to work and nothing like blew up and I didn't have to restart and be late. Which, by the way, I did find out that Facebook is okay if you're 10 minutes late on your scheduled live. So that makes me feel better. So please, gods of the internet, stick with me. Oh, God. And as I'm saying that, McAfee comes up. No,
Oh,
go away.
gosh, we haven't heard anything about him in a while. Remember when there was supposed to be that big old dump of
Yes,
info?
yes.
Hmm.
Maybe that was it. Maybe that was like a little like the Amber
Maybe
Heard dump.
maybe he just dumped it on your computer right now.
So we have a list.
Yes, we have
We
a
have a
list. We come bearing current events to read upon, which probably more things will happen while we're reading because it's Friday and that's when people like to dump their late Friday weekend news to get it buried. But we've got on our list, we're going to look into the problemos happening at the food plants.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to look into the Netflix, into the Disney, the stock crashings. Yeah, and we're going to look into the Johnny Depp and the Amber Poo Poo Heard trial.
Hands up, who's been paying attention to that trial? I have.
Yeah, put a one in the chat if you've been watching that, because that's like
it's a bit much. Anyone who's ever been in a weird relationship, it's a bit much. I think the minute you start videotaping and recording your spouse, like that's pretty much like the
party's over.
The seventh seal. It's time to go.
Turn off the lights, lock the door, get the
phone. Yeah. So I would like to check in on Will Smith because like what happened to him? Like we're not even talking about it anymore.
Oh, but Red Table Talk's coming back soon.
Oh, I heard that too. Yeah.
So maybe it's Red Table Talk's coming back, and so that's why he can't say anything because now she's a Dookie Gate.
You know what? Dookie Gate is hilarious, and I did a reading on Wednesday about how come? Oh, there it is. I did a reading on Wednesday about whether it was Amber or Io that did that, and at first I got Io, and then I pulled a Sun card. I was like, oh my god, it was Amber! This is crazy. So, hey, my girlfriend Dorothy's here. Dorothy is an amazing yoga instructor. I'm going to be doing a live feed from her yoga studio one of these days. We're going to do some fun. I'm going to talk to her about possibly doing like a little yoga to stimulate that pineal gland.
Oh.
Nothing dirty, but yeah. Honestly, like the work that I've been doing with the pineal gland I'm on fire. So like it's all good stuff. So all right, so we're gonna check in on Will Smith and maybe we'll do a little red table. And then Brittany has said some things about Kevin Federline, her ex.
Yes.
We're going to do a little dig on that. I think that we should keep checking in on Brittany. Like, remember when you were pregnant and you kept looking at like the what to expect when you're expecting? I think we should have like a little segment of what to expect when Brittany's expecting.
I like it. We'll keep checking in on her.
I think we need to keep on that.
I'm worried I'm going to get depressed as we continue to check in on her. Seriously.
But it's like, maybe she'll tune in and she'll start listening to us. We like to be positive. We like to give them advice. So maybe they will tune in.
I hope.
That's right, Mel. We're going to be here for a while.
Yeah. As long as we can hold out, or as long as my pineal gland can hold out. I don't know. Anna's a trooper and she gets like high on her pineal gland and she's like, I'm going to go all night long. And I'm like, sorry, I'm spent.
No, it's like really crazy. Like the longer I go, like the crazier it gets. And like I'm just like I get super looped, but like it gets super good. Like all of a sudden, like all this crazy stuff's coming in. So and with all the past life stuff, all the meditation, the hypnosis that I've been doing, I'm just on fire. So and we're also gonna see what's going on with Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson had a little incident on an airplane.
Audrey posted here he's facing some felony charges. I'm like, holy crap.
You know, I'm totally pulling a Chris Crocker on that. Leave Mike Tyson alone. This man's been through enough.
I have poor Mike Tyson. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know enough about the story. So we'll just have to look into it because I'm not quite sure about all the deets on it. There's been just so much stuff happening this week. So let's start with the food because it's kind of important to eat.
I think so too. And I'm going to get my Joseph Magi deck out too. I've got your conspiracy deck.
Oh, maybe I should whip that out.
Oh, your conspiracy deck?
Yeah.
Let's get that going.
Yeah, let me.
All right. So while we're doing that, people, get yourself a drink. Buckle up.
Oh, I got to get my.
Find out what's going on in the world.
Got to get my special gear on. Oh, yes.
Oh, I'm not putting mine on yet.
Okay, you can save it for later. You can save it for later. I need to be prepared for what's going on with the shenanigans here with the food plants.
All right, and starting out, guys, please like, share, and subscribe. Alycia and I both do private readings. I do them by Zoom. Alycia does them by Vimeo recording. You can contact either of us in our bios on our pages. And let's get started. Oh, Celtic Rune. I had pizza too. I shouldn't have because I was really good all week. I was like all cucumbers and baked egg cups and blueberries and steel cut oatmeal. And then tonight I was like, pizza.
You sounded like an ad for Whole Foods there for a minute.
You know, all right. So I'm going to tell you a funny story. So my sister-in-law is Canadian, and her sense of humor is a little different from ours. And one of the holidays we were over there, and she said, I was at Whole Foods, and I couldn't find half and half anywhere, so I got light cream. And Gregopedia goes, well, of course you couldn't find half and half. They only have Whole Foods. You get it. She's like, it's not funny. It's not that funny.
I thought it was funny. Oh, yeah. I wonder, this Country Girl's Life, that the crazy trolls are going to show up tonight. You're going to have to get some moderators.
Oh, yeah. So hands up. Who wants to be a moderator? I will make you a moderator. How do I do that? I just click on them?
So I don't know if you can do it in here. If there's 3 dots next to their name, see if you can do it there.
All right, Celtic Rune. Oh, no, it says put him in a timeout. I'm not putting him in a timeout.
Okay, so the other way is you have to do it from YouTube. So go to where it's going live on YouTube and look at the chat there, and that's how you can make them moderators.
All right, Celtic Rune and This Country Girl's Life. I'm making you guys moderators because you're good at it.
To give the smackdown in case we get any people asking about our anal warts as last time.
I don't think that I'm that popular. So, add moderator, Country Girl's Life. You are Dollface. You are now moderators. So, Celtic Rune and Country Girl's Life. Anybody comes in here with weird things, if we get somebody starts praying.
Oh, yeah. If there's 900 Bible verses, the same Bible verse over and over warning us against the psychics, that's a voted.
All right. So let's start at the top.
Food plants.
And I'm going to do broad spectrum. Is this a coordinated event? So those of you, good morning, Serendipity Darling. Those of you that are unaware of this, there's been an unusual number of fires at various food production factories, distribution centers. But how many was it? Was it 20?
I don't even know. It was I wouldn't be surprised if it's 20 because I think, let me look. Oh, I need my readers. Ow. I'm too old. I can't read the shit on my phone. Let me see the stories I had saved. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. That was just from a couple days ago yesterday. that I'd
21.
found that. So that's crazy. Oh, bonsoir, Francois.
Bonsoir, Francois. Comment allez-vous?
Oh,
Audra would buy my D-pic. Well, apparently, yes, because that one individual thought that I was transgender. So
yes. I mean, I'd like to compare it up to Big Mike. Just saying.
Wow, 27 people.
Welcome,
Look at
people.
you guys. Thanks so much for checking in.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
This is the most fun you're going to have on the internet on Friday night. So, all right, I've got little Celtic cross-spread here just to kind of get a vibe on whether this is a coordinated event. And I've got Page of Pentacles in reverse, 10 of Cups crossing it. So 10 of Cups, this is abundance and happy life. And our Page of Pentacles is new beginning. So this is like a negative beginning. This is trying to plant some seeds in the ground to disrupt that happy life. However, it looks like the happy life is going to overcome this. It's not really going to, it's not going to be have the impact. I think people are prepared for this. I think we've all, Alycia and I were talking about it a few weeks ago, and I think there's other people that have been talking about it. I think everybody's a little bit more prepared for this. We're all kind of, I think the toilet paper, the great toilet paper shortage of 2020 really kind of geared us all up for it. So, we'll talk a little bit more about the pet food shortage because my pets are very concerned about that.
I bet they are.
Yes, my fat cats. All my fat cats.
They get particular. I know what you mean.
So, what we're coming out of is this, it's the internet messaging that we're getting now, this negative Page of Swords. Okay, the internet messaging is engineered to make us nervous. And we've got things that are hidden underneath with the moon. So this is, I don't want to say propaganda, but it's a strategy to make us a little bit nervous. They're trying to make us a little uncomfortable. But the reality is there's a lot of strength in the country. And this is strictly speaking United States. I really did focus in on the United States. So there's a lot of abundance and strength here, and people are prepared. The 9 of Pentacles is all about steeling yourself, protecting yourself, keeping tabs on your own, keeping tabs on your own family. So, we have a lot going on with that. I think people are much more prepared. I think it's very few people are not prepared for this. And this ultimate changeover that they're trying to make, this freak everybody out. That's just not there. That's not a reality. I get a very strong impression with all the business of the truckers that was going on in the last few months, all the chatter that we've heard about them, all the nonsense with the rallies and things. I think that they've got something going on behind the scenes. I think the rallies pared back and they started to do some preparation themselves. So I'm very interested to see. It feels like they're going to be a major player in this. If there is a shortage of any kind of sort, it feels like they're going to be big players in this. And I just threw my amethyst on the ground from my little psychic trio. It just flew out of my hand.
Just throwing crystals everywhere.
So the feeling behind this was to be the people in charge, to be the all-knowing, all-seeing eye, and to be the people in charge, and to really say, well, we're going to take care of you. We're going to take it. And it was this illusion that, Pelosi was going to take care of us. She's going to be like the good mama and take care of all of us. But we're not falling for that banana in our tailpipe. The generosity of the state is not something that a lot of people are interested in this at this time. And it looks like, in general, all of us regular plebes are poised to roll through whatever they're going to throw our way. So, what do you have on your spread there, darling?
So, darling, I've gotten, when we've looked at that before, and I think I've done my own readings on it for my channel. I've gotten the same thing. Like, this is like, it's a drama. And so I'm getting the same thing here. The interesting part of this is like there's something here. Okay, so I have the Secret Society, so we can call it the Eyes Wide Shut crew. You can call it the DS, the whoever you want to call it. They're here. This is the ghost coin token on here. It's like we're going back to our things that we know, like, boo, we're going to scare you. So it's the standard thing. There's also a little bit of this market manipulation in here where they're playing the same old tune because I think we're trying to get the last gasp out of the whatever they're going to get out of the stocks right now. And they're doing some fraud and shady shit. However, there seems to be a counterweight to this, or a counterbalance. The other side of the no buenos, there's the buenos over here. The buenos, there's some other thing they have in place. So it's not like we're going to have, famine across the region. A lot of this is like, essentially, it's a movie. There's just the shit they're putting out there. They're trying to weave the narrative. But there's something here that's interesting to me with the celebrity card and the death of the celebrity. This card is talking about, like, and I don't know how that's related to food, because that seems really weird, because I don't get it. There's something here related to the death of celebrity with food, and I don't know what that means. That's interesting. So I might pull more tokens on it because I'm curious.
Okay. So I just did, is help on the way, like is help going to be available when when needed. So the inevitable change that they're trying to put into place, we're going to see that for a little bit. We're going to see some change. We're all going to notice something. Let's just put it that way. But there's going to be a light at the end of the tunnel, and the magician's tricks are going to be revealed. So we have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. We got a long haul for this. We got a long way to get through the next, 3 years?
3 years.
Next 3 years is going to be a little bit long.
No.
But under the surface, this is a new structure being created. There's and this is not the NWO. That's not really what we're going to see here. We're going to see, it's almost like a strengthening of the best parts of us. So, there isn't, and again, like tarot is about the energy that's going on right now. Right now, everyone's just kind of gonna buckle down and just hang on tight, because we're gonna be for a little bit of a bumpy ride. So I know, I've always been a fan of like Patriot Supply and those kinds of things. You don't have to, spend $1,000 on, supplies. You can go right to the store right now. I know there's a rice shortage, but go to the store, grab yourself a couple of bags of rice, some dried beans, some canning jars. You might even have some. If you have a sealer, you could do some sealing on that. Just throw some stuff together. And rice and beans will get you really far. And you can feed them to your pets, because allegedly there's going to be some pet shortages. But I live in the country. So if there's a food shortage for pets, if there's a food shortage, my cats are going to be going outside and they're going to be having a great time eating all kinds of stuff out there. So
Field mice.
Yeah. So that's what's going to happen over here. So
because I couldn't let it go with the celebrity card,
that's okay.
I pulled more tokens, and then it hit me. It's Bill Gates. He owns a lot of farmland. This is like, I think he's getting exposed in this shit where what goes around comes around, and thinking where, how he happened to just be in the area of the products that everybody needed for, 2019. He also seems to be in the business of food and all this other kind of crap. And I think something here, we're going to find out about what Frankenstein kind of crap he's been doing with all this farmland he's buying up. This is like crazy town.
So I'm going to use some Joseph Magi and do Bill Gates the farmer. I just threw all my cards all over the place. 32 people. 32. Thanks everybody for being here.
Welcome,
Please
welcome.
like our channel, our broadcast.
Subscribe to Anna's channel. We got to get Anna up to one. You're not at 1K yet, are you?
I'm not even at 800 yet.
We got to get Anna up to like 1K. Come on.
I'm not that likable.
Maybe if you started sending your dick pics, you would be. Just trying to think outside the box here, or boxers.
So let's see Bill Gates the farmer. See what comes up, and then we'll talk about my eggplant.
Oh gosh. Powdered milk. Celtic Rune Singer is saying powdered milk on powdered eggs, and powdered eggs is already hit hard where I live. Gosh, I know they're limiting baby formula.
Oh yeah. So using the Joseph Magi cards under the surface. So we got mustard seed, scapegoat, cross, handcuffs, angel, 3 blackbirds, and ruler. So the mustard seed is a small little thing that we're planning. The scapegoat is the excuse. The cross is troubles. And then the handcuffs, that can be getting yourself in handcuffs. That can be getting yourself in trouble. And then the angel is redemption. Or it can also be like the archangels, like retribution. Is that what I'm trying to say? Retribution. That can be something coming down really hard. What's the heart of the matter is 3 blackbirds. There's conversations about this happening. There's a lot of chatter. There's a lot of discussion. Intuitively, I'm getting that the discussions are still kind of like they're just kind of like baseline, like people are just kind of talking. No one's panicked. No one's not panicked. And under the surface this is all about taking control. So we have ruler card here. This is all about taking control. It's about grabbing power as it's available. So or making it available. So I'm going to agree with you on that, Alycia. I'm going to agree with you that there's definitely something going on. Micro soft, micro hard.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because there was some picture, a meme of Bill Gates where, he had I watched something where he was like, oh yes, and I eat these like, Frankenstein foods, whatever they were. And they took a picture of him with his little movies in his belly. And it's like, oh, that looks like it's really treating your body well, huh? Like, ugh.
Well, I think that's just like that dork bod, like he's just got like a dork bod.
A what?
Dork bod. Like he's just dorky, like he's like a little weeble wobble. Hands up, who knows what a weeble wobble is?
Oh, I know what that is. He doesn't strike me as a weeble. Like Bill Barr strikes me as a weeble wobble. Chris Christie strikes me as a weeble wobble.
Chris Christie's like 4 weeble wobbles put together. A whole bunch of them.
God, I can't even imagine. Like that picture of him when he was on the beach in the little chair. And I was like, that is a sight I did not need to see because that makes my mind start thinking what's under the clothes, which I don't want to, but I can't help myself because the logistics are just weird.
Yeah. He was my hero during Hurricane Sandy, though, when he said, "Get the hell off the beach." Like, I thought that was a great moment. Like, because people living at the beach and like anybody that lives at the shore can say this, like, we get a big storm. Like they say, oh, there's storm surges coming. Like people are like, I'm going to go to the beach. And, like they go and stand on the beach like idiots. Like it's so weird. But it's like a Darwin moment, Darwin Award.
You just let them go. It's like the celebrities that rebuild at Malibu every year. It's like it keeps like, erosion happens. And then, when October comes and it burns it down, like, let's rebuild. Like, go somewhere else.
Silly people. So do we want to talk more about these?
It feels like, here's the thing that I think is important, like prepare people, like go get your food, rice, beans, all that kind of stuff, what you can, and figure out before the internet goes out on you, whatever point it might go out on you. Just have some like recipes so you don't get bored with your food. But I don't feel like this is going to be as scary as they're trying to make it.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
So I think we're fine. I think there's a manipulation, but I think let's move on to
fun stuff.
Yeah, let's move on to a fun one. What one do you want to go to?
You want to check in on Will Smith?
Okay, let's check on Will Smith. That was funny. So my husband, he likes to watch beyond like watching calculus videos on YouTube and boring shit like that. He watches Michael Francis YouTube channel, and he and the guy who played Sonny in can't remember that name of that movie. It was like Robert De Niro's the bus driver dad, and he has his little son. Anyway, Sonny's like the gangster. I don't know. He's a mobster type actor. I can't remember his name. Anyway, he said they were talking about Will Smith, and they're talking about the red table talk. And my husband's like, do you know about what this red table is? I'm like, of course I know what the red table is. Let me tell you. But they were talking about how they felt that she emasculated him way back when, and that this was a continuance of it going on in the stories now. And I was like, probably. Who knows? Poor Will Smith. Yes, Chaz Palminteri. Thank you. Whoever Facebook user
is.
Bronx
Tale. Okay.
Yeah, Bronx Tale. And Chaz Palminteri. So he was talking to Michael Francis on his channel. So yeah, I Red Table Talk's supposed to be, I can take this off. I don't think this is conspiracy time right now, darlings. It's getting hot in here. I'm sweating like a whore in church already. All right. I feel very Margaret Joseph's the way I was talking there. That's kind of weird. Thank you, Country Girls Live. All right,
Country Girls all over this.
She's on top of it.
She's like, I am going to be a serious moderator here. Thank you, darling. She's awesome.
Thank you. Hola. Now, I had this question. Is it Ada or is it Adame? Adame or Adame? Is it long A, short A? Tell me. And hola.
And hola. Hello, darling.
All right. So what do we want to look into with the Big Willie style?
So I'm gonna do like a I like taking the temperature. Like I like taking everybody's temperature, like Nurse Ratched. Yeah, I just want to get a sense of where he is, because I think when we get to like Amber and Johnny Depp, like we're gonna go deep and hard.
I hope there's no feces in the yard.
So raunchy. So yeah, I just want to see what's going on with Will Smith. I saw a meme that said, you know who loves watching the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial? Will Smith.
Probably. All right, I'll check in on Will and his bride.
So, well, this is a shockingly positive thing. So, the inevitable cataclysmic fallout from the situation. Sorry about that. I'm like not under the camera. I moved my camera, so it's like in a weird spot. So the fallout from that incident is kind of behind him now. It's kind of like, yeah, well, the punishment was meted out, and everything's cool. He's just kind of being quiet and taking care of his own, counting his ducats, figuring out what his next move is going to be. He's just riding it out for now. He's a little bit worried about the future, a little bit worried about what's going to happen moving forward, worried about the female in his life staying put. It looks like, and it feels like, she will stay put for now. There's no benefit to her walking out the door today. There's no benefit to her flexing any more than she already has. And ultimately, it looks like they're going to come out of this like sitting pretty. They're not, this isn't going to be like as damaging as we all thought. What do you have there, sweetie pie?
Well, we'll zoom in a little bit here. interesting. Like I'm not getting as much kumbaya as you are. I am getting for him this, because when I had done that reading and it was like he was trying to do some chivalrous bullshit manipulation thing, that this did not turn out as he had hoped. Like it did not rain in his favor. Like whatever he was hoping was kumbaya coming for him, that was going to be her love, her not leaving him, having expensive divorce, also all the movie roles and XYZ. It hasn't been, the desired result didn't show up for him. For her, it's interesting because I think she's still like loco in the cabeza, and I think she's gonna start causing some shit on her table de roja. I think she's gonna start whipping out some stuff on that table that she probably shouldn't be missing out or sharing there. In between that, it feels like he might be back in control or back into his normal position he had in the family. I won't say total control, but he's upset that he missed that opportunity. He couldn't spin it into dinero that he wanted. And I think he's very clear about the roles in the relationship that are going on right now and trying to hold on to what money they have, because I'm not sure that he's super feeling like he's going to be super flush with cash right now. So it feels like we're holding on to our coins with our butt cheeks right now. But he needs to worry about her because I think she might start spilling beans.
So I'm getting the same thing right down here. I got this special sad squirrel. This is a sad squirrel. So those of you that follow regularly, this is like that temper tantrum your 3-year-old throws. This is like angry, mad, like they're yelling and they're crying at the same time. But I also got the uncoupling. I got that 2 of Cups in reverse, uncoupling, splitting that up, and her having a whole lot of shit talking to say. And then we're gonna see what the Phantasma Oracle has to say too. Let's pull one of these.
You should say that one with an accent. I feel like Phantasma Oracle.
So one of my buddies on Facebook sent me this Diva Kitchen. I got the notes. I'm gonna have to look that up. Is that one card? Yeah, I got the notes. I have to look it up. So one of my buddies on Facebook, he sent me this girl Diva Kitchen, and she's making guacamole, and she calls it avocado. So I will say phantasma.
Avocado.
Avocado.
That sounds like a new I was gonna say hipster. I'm like, no, I don't think they call them hipsters anymore. I'm getting too old.
So the notes are: everything is playing along as intended. Enjoy the sounds of a perfectly orchestrated moment.
That's the song I'm hearing.
That's what I want them to play at my funeral when they carry me out, when the pallbearers carry me out.
Really? I want mine to be like super dramatic and stuff. I want
Saber
like
dance?
what?
No,
I want mine like there's this song from The Crow by Helmet, the Crow soundtrack. I want like shit like that on loop.
It is really dramatic.
I want it dark and spooky. So then when they come to my animatronic corpse and they pay 25 cents or 25 Bitcoin or whatever for my sage advice that's pre-recorded, it'll be really spooky.
Are you recording those now? Because like that's awesome.
I'm not. Like I kind of got deflated when my kid said she wouldn't charge for the selfies with my corpse.
Oh, there's nothing like a funeral selfie. Absolutely. Nothing like a funeral selfie.
I got really hooked on researching those funerals where the people were like they're like, oh, they're always in other countries. They don't do it here. It doesn't seem as much, but propped up on a motorcycle, or the lady that was gambling at the table or whatever. And I'm like, I totally want that, but I also want to be moving and stuff. And my kid I was like, you're going to have it so people can ask me questions and if we play an answer and then they can take pictures with me. She's just like creeped out by the whole thing. And I was like, it's going to be awesome. I'll have the best funeral in town.
Oh, it's too funny. So I looked at her briefly. Do we want to go any further into that?
Into Jada? I think she is going to poop in bed. That's going to be like the new thing. You know how it used to be like everybody in Hollywood got like a little puppy or something? Now they're all going to poop the bed.
I have a poopy bed buddy, Mr. Grumpy.
That poop emoji is going to get a lot of views coming up.
Oh my god! I think Jade is gonna have a lot to say.
Oh,
she's watching. She's got a lot to say.
Jen, I saw.
Oh.
Now, tell me if you saw this with the Queen. There was that picture of her where she's like wearing some weird clothes
with the horses.
Yes,
yes.
It's weird. It's a weird picture. Weird.
Should we look at that?
Yeah,
it's not on our list, but we should look at it.
Yeah, because I was like zooming in on it and I'm like, what is with this weird shadow, like dark line behind her foot? But I couldn't find that same type of shadow anywhere else. And then I was looking at her face. It's still not the right face. Then some other lady pops up in another car driving off to be wherever she's going for her birthday. I was like, okay. All
right. So let's look at Queenie. I'm switching my decks.
All right.
Using the Rubber Hose cartoon deck, Celtic Rune for.
Oh shit, Celtic Rune. Where is it? Oh, look at Jade and Amber, the meat poot.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Facebook users, you got to register with StreamYard or at least introduce yourself. Hey, I don't know who you are.
We can't figure it out. All right.
Well, Diana, I saw that new Barbie of the Queen. It was quite pretty. And then I found out that there's like a whole series of Queen dolls, but they're Lizzie dolls. And I think they're only available in the United. I mean, everything's available everywhere. Supply chain problems be damned. But it was actually pretty cool. They had her like all through her life. They had like the little army Lizzie. I thought she was really cute.
I saw that doll. And then I was like, I saw it because I was on my little secret Tumblr account. I was like, somebody's like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I got the Queen doll. And I'm like, yuck. But I almost said something snarky and reblogged it or whatever you do on Tumblr. #old person. I don't know. And I didn't. I restrained myself from making a snide comment. But.
Well, at least Harry's looking out for her.
He's a private protection officer, okay?
I'm just trying to make sure she's got the right people around her.
Yeah. Sure you are, bro.
He's protected. He's ruined the word protected for everyone else.
He's ruined a lot of things for everyone else. I mean, he ruined, like, I was going to say hair plugs. I mean, I don't know what he did.
Roast chicken.
Roast chicken he ruined for everyone. Everyone should just write to their senators, congressmen, legislators about that and say kick him out of the U.S. because of the roast chicken. That was horrible.
Oh, those of you that don't know, that apparently they dropped some pearls of wisdom, some little secret messages about roasting a chicken when they got engaged. And Megan's a vegan. So they weren't really making a roasted chicken, and you can look it up in the Urban Dictionary.
Don't look up for images. You don't want to see that.
Oh, my goodness. And it's not safe for work. And if you have a delicate constitution like I do, don't look it up because it's going to ruin roast chicken. I used to love roast chicken. Not anymore.
I just think of it as something
I've been
else.
lighting up my incense. Marijuana is now legal in New Jersey. I am not lighting up marijuana. This is incense, not marijuana.
Do they make marijuana incense?
No, but usually people burn incense when they have marijuana. No, I mean, they're hiding from their parents. I'm not hiding from my parents. They're not here.
Oh, I'm not. My parent is not downstairs yet, but when she is, that's why I don't light incense here because she thinks it's like back in the day when my brother was smoking pot and.
So, what do you got there? That's a lot of cards.
I was just asking because I was curious, like, what did this thing go? Because I'm firmly in Camp Muerto with the Queen. And so I'm thinking the dimwit goes in there and I'm like, he has to see her through a computer screen. He has to, right? He can't be like, where's the isolation or whatever, because he might have the bug and he's going over to see this like supposedly super old person. You can't be just introducing like new strains of gonorrhea in the air or whatever he has, allegedly, for entertainment purposes. I'm sorry, did I make you And so I was just thinking he had to go like see her through the screen. Like, does he even know like that it's not her? And no, he doesn't know it's not her. And he didn't actually have a very like fluid conversation. It seemed like her, but it was slightly not her. And it's almost like shadowed by, I think he might have had a case of the sniffles going on, as Lady C likes to allude to. But it's weird because I think in his perception of it, it was kind of like, gosh, she's changed so much. I wish she was like my old gran, but I guess it's because she's old, and I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know. It's just odd.
So I did just her. Now I'm pulling for him too. Oh my God, he's such an idiot. All right. So for her, I'm getting that, there is definitely this imbalance. Something's not right. She is happy at home and she's making her decisions for the future. She is.
You mean for reincarnation?
Yes, for reincarnation. So she's still making those plans for the future. This whole memory with Harry is not bueno. She's being nice because she doesn't want to be mean to him. Hello, Mary Teresa. She's here. So
Hola. Hola, Maria Teresa Hughes. Hola.
We talked in a little bit. She said, good morning, darling. So as far as Ginger, I'm gonna pull Mary off here. As far as Ginger goes, so he was like, okay, enough time has passed, and I'm gonna go in there and we're gonna buddy up, and everything's gonna be great. And I'm gonna talk to my gran, gonna have some talks with my gran, have some tea. And he went in there with gangbusters, acting like everything was the same, just ignoring the fact that he's been scorched earth for the last 2 years, 3 years. And I still think they went there and had a plan to have their hand out. They had something that they wanted funded by Charles by Charles, and they got shot down. And so then the second string was Gran. They were like, okay, well, if Charles says no, Gran's probably going to say yes. And they're left out in the cold to kind of figure it out on their own. He's kind of stuck right now. And I feel like there was something that was offered to him. He was given still an escape hatch from Gran. I know no pill bugs. There's no pill bugs in this just yet. But Gran has given him an escape hatch, but not for this one.
Oh, well,
for her. There's no escape hatch. So that's kind of what I'm getting from there. So
I'm curious. Will you look into? I want to see what you get. I want you to see if this was face to face, or was this on a computer screen like she's meeting everybody else? I want to see what you get.
So the Seven of Pentacles leans into it was face to face. It was in the flesh, but it's an observation card. And the Eight of Wands is communication, high-speed communication, high-speed internet. And then the Empress in reverse is not on foundations either. Heart of the matter. Disappointment. He wasn't in the same room as her. Under the surface, Womp, 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 womp. So no, I don't think that they were actually physically. He was with Charles and Camilla, but I don't think he was actually physically with Grant. I don't think that Megan was in the room. What did you get on that in your readings?
I don't remember if I'm trying to think, did I even do it? I don't think I did a reading for my channel. I've stopped doing readings on them for my channel because I don't want the nobody to come after me. Even though I'm not like a big channel, but I don't want her coming after me thinking I'm easy to pick off.
Oh, because she's picking off everybody else?
Yeah. So it's kind of like I'm just keep my head down. I know everybody seemed to go through a scare who was reading on them. They seem to pause for a minute, but now they're back up to it. So I don't know if they think they're safe from the nobody coming after them or not. But I'm like, I am not going to touch that on my channel anymore.
I'm doing it.
You do it. I mean, I'll do it like if it's a part of another reading, but I'm not going to title anything with those people's names. I don't want.
You sound like Mel Brooks. You'll
Do I?
do it. We all do it. I just did it and I'm going to do it again. Oh. Must be moving on.
What is this one about?
Little Super Tramp. This is, I'm looking at Miss Markle.
Oh.
Miss Markle. Oh. So, Two of Swords. Making hard decisions. Making decisions that aren't going to work for everybody. And this is like Super Tramp. But it must be moving on.
Oh, and I was thinking moving on up to a new millionaire.
I think she already did that. That was what she did in like 2016.
New one.
Right?
She'll go to Bezos.
So the 10 of Wands is, I've just had enough. I can't take it anymore. I need to go find my true happiness. And then, yay, she's a happy squirrel. So, yeah, I don't think she was in that room though. I think she was persona non grata. So maybe she had like a handheld in the other room where she was like, okay.
She was probably like when she had the Green Goblin outfit and they had that little box they showed on the back underneath her dress.
Don't you have like one on your back like all the time?
Oh yeah, because I'm always filming my reality show here. I totally do. People listen to me talk to my cats like a ding dong and get on the floor with them and have whole conversations.
Gregopedia and I think that the people at AELXA fight over who gets to listen to our house because there's always like a weird conversation or something going on here.
Oh, see, I don't think I'm the opposite. I'm like, whoever's listening to me, whenever I'm like, I yell and I'm like, fuck you, Zuckerberg, into my phone. I know they listen because then we see the ads, but it's just like, I'm sure they're like not having fun listening to me at all. They're like, dude, her tinfoil hat is on too tight. Turn off this channel. Too tight.
So speaking of listening in secret recordings, this is a great segue into
the herds. I called them the herds.
The herds. The dirds. Oh, that's Celtic Singer. Thank you, honey. Look at that. I love this moderator thing.
You guys are the bestest.
You guys are great. Like, share, and subscribe. We got 37 people watching.
Yeah, give Anna a like. Make sure to subscribe to Anna's channel. We want to get her to 1K.
You know who does the best gratitude on his lives? The body language guy. He's like, oh, it's 4,200 bodies. Thank you so much. I love everything about him. Like, I could just watch him all day long.
I watched what was his one he had the other night about how Ms. Nobody has to try to how she's going to win over William or something.
Oh boy, like, that's not happening.
Well, he thought the only way would be not winning him personally over, but injecting the offspring into the equation. And I was like, oh God, what a horrible position to be put into. Like, you don't want to look like that cold a-hole, but I don't. Horrible. So, but yes,
Amber Turd. Ooh, Amber Heard.
Dookie Gate.
So, watching the highlights, Johnny Depp had a rough week. It was a really rough week. He had to tear a whole bunch of scabs off wounds from being abused as a child, the pain of losing his mother, who was abusive to him. And I don't think that was ever really rectified. I don't think that he ever really healed from that. And then he had to, coast right into her passing away and was responsible for that. So he had to talk about that. He had to talk about his addictions. The addictions come from a poorly constructed, poorly managed childhood. So it's really pretty sad. And then he talked about how Amber kind of did the same thing. So it was a rough week. Now, Amber Heard sat there in court, and I'm going to be biased because everyone's a little bit biased, and she had this face.
Yes. It was that, and then it was like, I went back, he started talking about Rum Diaries, and I was like, well, I didn't watch it, but let me go back and look, and I'm like, she doesn't even look the same. I was like, man, I don't know how many years that was, but she's aged. I was like, why is she so, like, aged in her face? Like, time's not been kind. Like, and I think it's truly like one of those things, like if you're an unhappy person and it will show up on your face, and I'm like, man, she must be like super unhappy.
So I don't think that she has a whole lot of money in the bank, and I think she's running thin. So I think that's something we'll take a look at. Now, part of the whole Johnny Depp thing, and like everybody kind of forgets this. Once upon a time when he was dating Kate Moss, which again was like, I loved him with Winona Ryder. I loved him with Kate Moss. I loved him with Vanessa Paradis. I think he's had some cute pairings throughout his romantic career. But he wrecked a hotel room with Kate Moss once. And that was a long, long time ago. And everyone says like he was not a violent person, but he did wreck a hotel room. They like totally wrecked a hotel room. And he had to pay like, it was like $25,000 to like repair this hotel room. It was a big deal. And it was like a blurb in the paper. No one's brought that up. So that's kind of forgotten, but everyone else has good things to say about him. He did have a former business manager that robbed him of many, many millions of dollars. And that was part of what was going on that night.
The birthday party night.
Yeah, the Poopgate night. He was at his new business manager and finding out how bad the theft actually was. That's why he was late to her birthday party. So I kind of want to see where his finances are at. I want to see where his head is at. I want to see where his head's going for next week. And I kind of want to do the same thing for her. So what do you think?
Okay, you do that. I'm really curious about that. She keeps wearing the same outfits that he's wearing.
So weird, right?
Yeah.
She kind of dialed it back this week, but I think it's going to be back on next week.
Yeah. I was like, how is this even happening? It's so weird. Creepy. I mean, it would be, you could copy my outfits fairly easy. All you need to do is get some black leggings, some black Toms, and go find yourself some like wannabe creepy teenager shirt at Hot Topic, and you have your own Alycia starter kit. So it wouldn't be hard to duplicate me. The fact that she like is duplicating him with suits and ties and buttons on the ties certain days, it's weird.
Yeah. So when we get our merch up and running, we're going to have Alicia's mirror and Anna's mirror. So you guys we'll have our outfits on there. You can buy our outfits. You can be just like us.
Oh, can you imagine?
There'll be like random shots of me out at the grocery store in like blue leggings with like a crappy sweatshirt and my Crocs.
I could not imagine. People would be like, what did she wear? Why does she wear black pants all the time? She looks like she's like a leftover member of the Ghost Adventures team. Yes, I am.
Yeah, I'll have like a whole like spectrum of scrunchies from like 1991.
Oh, and people can buy my collector readers.
We're onto something here, gal.
Oh yes, the middle-aged mirror is what we should call it.
Oh my god. All right. All right. I'm doing Johnny first. Ooh, I'm doing Johnny.
Oh my.
Johnny.
Climbing up his coconut tree. I don't know where that came from. That's odd.
I watched Pirates of the Caribbean last night. I watched the first one.
I haven't watched this in forever. I felt like he was channeling the pirate. I already forgot his name. Captain Jack a little bit on the stand today. Or the other day, not today.
I think Captain Jack is close to what he's like.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because there's a certain amount of mumbling and offhanded joke comments that I'm just like, yeah, that's where Captain Jack's coming from.
All right, so I got his finances, how he's feeling right now, how he's going to be next week. Okay, so the finances are not looking great. There's some bad stuff going on with finances here, but it's not, insurmountable. There's definitely some reordering of things. Dare I say hiding of things. I'm just gonna put it out there. A little bit of hiding stuff. I just want to pull the clarifier card. We're going to use the Phantasma.
Phantasma.
What is it? The Phantasma.
Phantasma.
So I'll pull one of these for his finances. We'll just see what's going on there. For his disposition right now, and this was something that I did in my reading on Wednesday. We got the moon. So the reading that I did on so the moon's about balancing and duality in the Phantasma deck. So that's about like balancing some things out. And then we've got this Lover's card, which is cooperation. And again, more balance. There's going to be more balance there. So I think they're trying to figure out equitable settlements that we can come up with. And I think they're secretly trying to preserve some of his income or some of his holdings. Let's put it that way. Now, as far as the disposition right now, and I said this on Wednesday, his This was a really rough week for him. And I said it on Wednesday, he's not the kind of person that wants to tear somebody down and like wreck them all day long. He really just kind of wants to smile and wave. Like if somebody's a jerk, he just wants to kind of, Captain Jack reference, pass ships in the night and just kind of go about his merry way. And he lives his life and they can live theirs. This situation is not allowing him to do that. So he really hates that he has to say this because he knows that it's damaging her career and he knows that it's damaging his career. He knows that this is damaging him personally, but he has to go through with the case to preserve his integrity. He no longer has a means of doing his art and doing the things that he likes to do to create. So the only thing he has left is his personal integrity, and he's really trying to preserve that. And he's trying very, very hard to preserve it in the best of ways. And he feels like this week he did not do that. Next week, he's going to step to the table a little differently. He's going to lean a little bit more heavily into the romance that they had and the relationship that they had and the good parts of it and the why it was devastating to have that. It's like the pet snake that you take out of the backyard and it turns on you and it bites you. Well, why'd you bite me? Well, I was always a snake, so
what a nice reference.
So, he's gonna try and have a little bit of a different tactic here. And he will be a little, he's going to explain that he was a little bit reckless in getting into the relationship and he was very immature about it. And he's going to take ownership of that. And the idea is that him showing the recklessness that he had as a full-blown, 50-year-old adult was very different from the recklessness that she showed as a younger person. He's going to kind of color her as someone who lacked the experience and the relationship longevity that he had previously. And that, like, she almost gets a pass, like, hey, like, she was like kind of a wild card and she was nuts, but it's because she didn't know any better. And I was a little bit older and it was just, I was ready to be in this very solid relationship with a beautiful woman, and then she turned into a psycho and like I just didn't know what to do, and everything was reactive. So I think that's how he's going to present it next week. I don't know how it's going to make him look. Let's do a real quick flip of one of the Phantasma. Oh, we got the Enchantress. He's going to enchant us. It's going to work. Looks like it's going to work. Looks like that is going to be a selling point. What do you have, my dear?
All right, darling. So I'm looking into fashion choices here at the turd table. So yes, it's intentional. It's weird. She's feeling vulnerable going into this trial. For some reason, she's feeling vulnerable going into this trial, and she was trying to make a plan. Somebody was trying to steer her away from this idea, this thing she's doing. And she wasn't having any of it. She thought this was a brilliant idea. It was like multifaceted in terms of like, oh, this makes me look respectable. It's also chic court couture. Chic court couture. Can't even say that. Okay. So she thought, what?
Haute couture.
Oh, haute couture, the court. Haute court couture. Oh, God. So she thought it was smart looking. It's also to mess with his mind. I feel like she wants to make him like get paranoid that there's like a leak or a spy or something. That how does she get so close to his outfits and she's able to like match him? It's like I'm getting like weird, like not single white female vibes, but the lady that cooked the rabbit in the pot in that movie with Michael Douglas, that kind of churning of the mind, allegedly for entertainment purposes. But it's like she thinks that it's respectable clothing that's going to like put her in a good position for the jury, but she's also trying to jack with him in the head. Jack.
I look like a teacher.
Yeah, except I don't think anybody's like, hot for that teacher.
No. So this is her. This is her finances. Her finances don't look terrifically bad. So one of the things, she did get a divorce settlement from him at some point, and she allegedly, for entertainment purposes only, was going to donate it to, I think, the ACLU or...
It was ACLU and then the Los Angeles Children's Fund thing.
So allegedly, she never donated that money. She said that she did. And when she was questioned about it, she said that she did. But allegedly, she never donated it. And word on the street is that Elon Musk gave 2 donations of $500,000 each to either of those organizations on her behalf, like kind of gave her the money for it. Her own lawyer, the one who said the Amica cream instead of Arnica cream.
Oh, yes. Back to that.
Admitted that she didn't pay what she said she was going to because Mr. Depp started suing her and she needed the money for her legal things. So it doesn't look like her finances are terrible. It looks like she's got stuff in the bank. She's got something. And we got the kitty cat here. So the kitty cat is what's known to be companionable, can be rather prickly at times. Wow. Be sure how the situation is affecting those around you. So that, this is like a real self-serving situation. Now, how she feels at the end of this week is very different from how she's going to feel next week. So at the end of this week, she feels like the bottom fell out. She doesn't feel that she presented very well, and she doesn't feel that she really got to say quite how bad it was. So, I think she's anxious to get up on the stand. So she is capable, the moon priestess is capable of many things, including the digestion of other people's sadness, putting that mask on and creating the illusion where you are the injured party, the wounded party.
Oh, you mean the perma?
Yes,
Yeah.
I have boo-boo lip. God, we're so mean. We're so mean. Just believe all women. Now next week is going to be a little bit different. Next week it looks like abundance. Now, I'm going to say this right now. This is saying to me we're getting a settlement that's coming. There's going to be some kind of drafted agreement. Hey, I'm trying to say shut the fuck up, but I can't. I was going to spell it out so I didn't have to say shut the fuck up on the internet. But I think there's going to be like a shut up. And here's the settlement. That'll make her very happy. It's still not going to look good in terms of, who and what she is. And then we've got the Peeper. The Peeper. This is a great card.
That feels very Hollywood.
Yeah. Celtic Rune. Look, this is more rubber hose cards over here. I love these two decks together. I think they're awesome. So the Peeper is, there are times when secrets must be revealed, but they often need to operate in their own time. Some discoveries do more harm than good when forced. So, ow. Oh, I got hit by my tinfoil hat. My tinfoil hat bit me.
Injury on the set. We need a medic.
Where's Gregopedia when I need him? Yeah, he's unfortunately, other people need him right now.
Indisposed.
He's indisposed. Somebody put on the bat light. What is it? What is it called? The Batman thing? The bat alert? But what do they call that? The bat signal.
Yes, the bat signal.
Yes.
Oh,
the Gregopedia signal was up.
My Starbucks Chariot. I was looking on the phone to see if my Starbucks Chariot had gone out yet, and they had not. I hear it moving now.
I didn't realize you had a Starbucks Chariot. I want a Starbucks Chariot.
Yeah, it's called my husband. He wanted to go get his $5 sushi.
I'm calling him Starbucks Charioteer from now on. Like, you should see the vision that I have in my head. And he's got like, he's like the Chariot card, but he's got Starbucks.
That'll be for my new tarot deck. Living in Alicia's weird world.
Oh. Greg wants to be the hermit with like a Lego set in his hands.
Oh, that'll work.
Like a Lego lamp.
Yeah, that would be good. I was wondering how the juries were. The jury, there's not multiple juries. This jury was looking at a Johnny and then looking at her currently. It's like they're looking at him like they feel like he's holding back a little bit as he's moving forward. So they don't know that like they believe him, like he's coming across as believable, but they believe he is holding back something. But it's kind of like they're holding out. They're not making a judgment call yet. Like they feel like we're still going through the testimony, so we're not making a judgment call on him yet. Interesting, though, they are looking at her from what they're hearing so far, and it's like looking at her basically like as a, oh God, why was I say that? Shit stirrer. But just, she's over there stirring the shit like a immature child. Yeah. And it's just like, that's what they're looking at her. Like she's a gaslighter. They're like, she's just over there and she knows what kind of reaction she's going to get out of him, or she knows what he's going to be like if he's on something a certain way. And currently if they're kind of like, oh, fuck me. What did I get on this jury for? So
Honestly.
I don't know. I would be halfway excited if it was like, I don't know, a certain celebrity. I got to be on a jury trial and I got to sit really close to them. So I could check them out. Like if we could bring George Michael back from the dead, bring him back in like from 1987, put him on the stand. Oh,
You'd be
I
like
would
this.
be on that. I would. I'd be all,
No matter what that jury voted, you would vote the opposite, so you would stay a little bit longer.
oh, I'd be like, no, we still need to deliberate. Can we have can we go back in the courtroom and get some readback on testimony?
We need more photos. We need a lot more
Yeah.
photos.
I need more photos. Oh, that was interesting. Celtic Rune. Look at this one.
Yes.
Amber, I've never heard this.
Yeah. So apparently Amber told this essay story in an interview, and her assistant that testified, it was actually her story. And she was like, when she, it wasn't just in this trial. Yeah, she actually like relayed like the whole story, which is pretty terrible. It's pretty, yeah.
Low down people.
She has a baby now too. Baby just turned a year old. That's alarming.
Was she actually pregnant, or did she wear
No,
a
it
bump?
was surrogate, because why would she get pregnant?
Well, maybe she can't.
I think it's a vanity thing. Just saying.
Oh, okay. I was just saying because if it was like, like Tarot by Janine says, a lot of those female celebs are not really born that way.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm not saying all of them, but interesting. Anyhow, where are we moving to next?
so we're going through stuff fast. Brittany and Kevin Federline. So do we want to check in on just Brittany in general first?
Yeah. Let's check in on Brittany in general. Poor Brit. I wonder how many people live with her at her house, like servant people, or I don't know. I'm probably wrong in calling them servants. I feel like that was a housewife's argument.
Servants.
Helper people. I don't know. I don't have any, so I don't know what you call them. But I was just thinking like I assume only personal friend, love, whatever is the Sam character. And there's like no other family around her, I don't think. That can't even imagine.
Oh,
what's that? The moon? Oh,
yeah. I can't even find the camera. I'm like, where's the camera?
Ooh, but your nails are banging.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, this is like forever and a week and a half ago. I missed my nail appointment last week. I totally flaked on it. My poor nail girl. I got a phone call and they were like, "Hey, are you coming?" And I was like, oh, "Totally flaked. I'm sorry." Oh dear.
Oh.
Yeah. Looks like we've got some anxiety and issues from the past.
Popping up.
Yeah, you got that too, huh?
I got 9 of Wands actually, but I got the Tower card. Oh. Gotta get the box out.
Whoop. Oh, I got him too.
Oh! Dos y dos. Siete de swords. I don't know how you say
Double
swords.
snicky snacker, snicky
Snacker. Paying the tax. Oh, I should pay it twice because we got both of them there.
I'm gonna get Angus to write like a little ditty for the sneaky snacker.
Oh yeah, we need
every time he comes up, we'll have a sneaky snacker jingle.
Yes, the sneaky snacker jingle. All right, you want to go first?
So, sure. She is very much trying to, you know what it feels like? It feels like she's like a young teenager and she's got her first apartment and like she's gonna branch out on her own. Like, it just kind of feels like that. And there's a lot of highs and lows. Are you getting that from her? Like, there's a lot of highs and lows. She's very much, I don't want to say using the pregnancy, but she's very much using the circumstance to kind of play house. And it's like everything's just like really on the surface. She just doesn't, I don't want to say she's shallow, but there's just no depth to the emotion. And I blame the people that are around her and the people that built the life for her, because it was all illusion, it was all facade, it was all movie sets and stagecraft. Like, everything was so superficial and surface that she just doesn't really, and they never brought her in to the workings of everything. And that's why there's all this anxiety, because she's never had any agency over anything in her life. Like, decorating the house, there was always somebody to do it. There was always a professional that would do that. There's a professional that would cook. When left to her own devices, she just is very random and very immature. Like, if she could, she'd have a unicorn room or like a pink elephant room at her house. Like, that's kind of how she would operate. She knows that there's something missing, and that's part of what's causing her this anxiety. She loves being a mom, and she really does want to be a good mom, because it's like playing with a baby doll. I hate to say that, but like, it's all the happiest stuff in your life all at once. And it's like having a wedding or having a party. Like, it's so much fun. And she doesn't understand the realities of being a grown-up. I feel bad saying that, but there's a lot of people that have a lot of doubt in her. And I hate to say it, I'm one of them. I needs the support, and she needs better professionals in there to get her from A to B. The sneaky snacker, I'm going to leave that for now, because it's almost like
Dude, that's in the same position too.
Is yours upright?
Yeah, mine's upright. Well, I read this deck upright, but yeah.
So it's like she doesn't know if there's seeds of doubt for this person. There's seeds of doubt. And she's like, please don't be a douchebag. Please don't be a douchebag. Please don't be a douchebag. Please, please, please. It's like she's kind of wishing for that to be good. And then we get into this like jumbled up 5 of Pentacles in reverse, where like the foundations are just not set. So go ahead. You read yours.
Okay, so I got also a 5 of Pentacles. Weird. What it feels like with her right now is, when you're saying the energy's like up, down, and it feels to me it's really quick. It's like oh, okay, that's sad. Oh, okay, that's happy.
No,
like,
no, I'm getting the same thing. Exactly the same thing.
It's like, there's some part of her too where it's like she feels like she's not able. I have the 8 of Swords down here, and she's feeling like she fully can't express herself again. So I think we're getting back to this thing where, remember the last time when I don't know, she had the 3-letter thing, the coded whatever on her Instagram, and then the Instagram went off. I feel like she's feeling again like she's not allowed to talk. She can't say what she wants to say. She's feeling stifled again a little bit. She thought that like everything was going well with her. She had supportive people or the right people or whatever it was in place. But we're like cycling constantly here. And she's feeling like she has to have her guard up right now. And so something must have popped, because we got this tower energy crashing over, and the way this is coming through is not like a terrible, like, oh my gosh, my house fell down or fell into the ocean or whatever. It's not that. This comes across to me as like when a lightning bolt strikes and illuminates something really quick, and then you go back into darkness. I think she caught a glimpse of something that's making her have these doubts about certain person, and that sneaky snacker card is coming up of, like you said, I hope he's not a douchebag. She's feeling like, did I just, like, Five of Pentacles here, like, did I just, like, almost like bet the farm on the wrong one? But then we also have, at the same time, we have this, like, Little Mermaid type vibe, like, oh my gosh, and then I can get, like, a baby rattle, and I can get the pacifiers, and then I get the matching, like, there's all this other excitement going on of, like, I didn't even know they make these. When I had my other kids, they didn't have these things yet. There's some type of glimpse here of wondering if what's his name is no bueno. She saw a glimpse of something that got her hackles raised, and right now we're looking at 10 of Wands going forward. That's not good.
Yeah. Not for her anyway.
No. So, oh man, I have to say though, like, catching her energy is draining.
Yeah. It's you know what I feel like? I remember the spinny thing at the park, the spinny metal thing.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm on that, or like I'm making the decision whether I'm going to get on it with my crazy friends.
Yeah.
And like, if I'm going to be, flipped out from that. Here, I got this again. I can't get a sense of whether he is Shady McShadester or if that's all in her cabeza.
See, and but I thought we've gotten before though that he's Shady McShadester.
But I think there's something else in the cabeza.
Oh, that's also
cabeza. Yeah, I think
bilingual.
Huh?
You're so bilingual. I'm going to get you a chalupa from Taco Bell.
Grassy ass.
I always say grassy ass to people. They're just like, oh, that's not how you say it. I'm like, cállate la boca. Okay, so.
Speaking of bilingual, we haven't talked about Pootie in a while.
Pootie. Oh, yeah. I don't know what. Okay, so now somebody asked on my channel, they asked me to do a reading about Alonzo Lira. Is that his name? He's the guy who's over there in the country that starts with a U. And he is an American Chilean guy who's, they're calling a journalist. He's kind of turned a journalist. I would say before this, he would be like an equivalent to a Tom Likas type personality, giving right? Dating advice, kind of shit like that. Like, don't date a chick in her 30s because she just wants you to have a baby and get money out of you and whatnot. I can't remember if it's Daily Beast or Politico had written a story about him and kind of like put I guess you could say a target on him. And then the rumor is that people in the country that starts with U got him. Now, people were worried about where he was because there was this post on social media saying, like, you want to find out about Mr. Z, look at these people. And if you don't hear from me in 12 hours, then something's up. Well, he showed back up and he was like detained by people over there. They took all of his devices and apparently have access to his accounts online, but he is alive. And so, and he didn't, I guess he went on talking to somebody. He didn't give too many details, I guess, about what happened. But so he's okay, but definitely there's some shady shit going on there. So, maybe you can look, since I know you're into the Pootie, I'll look into the Z boy.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about the Poot.
No, there was that interesting Russian, I don't even know if the Russian O word. I don't even know if we can say what words we can say.
O word? Orgasm?
We probably could say that one. No, I was thinking oligarch. Maybe we can say it.
Oh, that was right. I sent you that article.
Yeah, that whole weird family.
We didn't have that on the list. Maybe we should be talking about that too.
Well, yeah. Let me see if I can figure out how to word it so we don't get in trouble. I have to do decoding, code languages.
I can do ASL.
I don't know it well enough. I would probably end up doing something inappropriate and wrong. Okay, so Sergei Protosenya and his family are found muerto in España. I have to
And
read
the other one was Moskva.
Excuse
In
me.
Moscow. I said in
Oh.
Moscow.
Don't confuse the girl from California, dude. So there seems like there's a lot of shady things going on with rich Ruskies getting
Like in the same couple of days.
Yeah, getting taken over to the other side. So
take me to the other side. I love you. I hate you.
You know how like I could see that as a total like who was the guy who did Ryan something? He did the Versace he does American Horror Story too. He did Nip Tuck. That guy. I don't know. He always has great music in his shows. Ryan something. Anyway, I was just thinking that was how he's going to replay this piece, this time of history when this story comes up about the Russian O's and their passings on.
I'm sorry, but every time you say Russian O's, all I hear is Russian hose.
I'm sure they have some. I mean,
no, Hunter Biden took them all.
I don't know if he could afford them all. I mean, he had to buy paint at some point.
Are we allowed to talk about him too?
I don't know. If I don't know what I can talk about anymore. I feel like I'm in perma code language.
So Pootie's got some weird stuff going on.
Does he?
So he's in a reset mode.
Oh.
So we got a little reset mode here. Oh, wait, I'm trying to make that bigger. Sorry. Touch screen. So I was using my other laptop today and it doesn't have a touch screen. And I kept touching the screen like a dumbass. It was pretty funny. I was like, Meh. So he's in reset mode. And part of that is working on some partnerships. He did not like the way that things went. He was not happy with how some things turned out.
Niet.
So, niet. Plocha. Ne plocha is not bad, but plocha is bad. So,
is
not
that the
happy.
Russian version of flonase? That
Yes, they just sometimes you need flonase. It's like flonase. So you know he's trying to forge some better yielding partnerships, trying to do that. He's very emotional right now. And they're keeping him quiet because this is just a time to lay low. The future has a bit more yield to it.
Isn't the future a rapper?
I think just future.
Oh, sorry.
I think it's the future. I think it's like Batman, the Batman.
Oh, got it.
Even though Robert Pattinson apparently is the Batman because his movie was the Batman. So the future, not future, looks much better. So what's weird is he's stick a fork in me right now. So I think he's tired. I think he's reordering some things. It feels like, which is going to make your reading a little bit interesting, that the partnerships are changing here.
Oh, because here this one I did was on the muertos, the passings. I
think this is going to be interesting because the other parties that were kind of wrapped up in this are no longer really wrapped up in it. They're they've been freed. Let's put it that way. Hopes and fears that there's going to be some information that gets out about this. And then the outcome's a little bit foggy. So, I'm going to say It could go either way. It's like Amber Heard. It could go either way.
At least it don't go in the bed.
So we've got 9 of Pentacles in reverse, which is being unsheltered, unsafe, not having abundance. And then we have the Empress, who is a lot of abundance and planting roots and making things grow and having good things. So this is a little bit confusing to me, having these 2 cards in our outcome. I always read the outcome cards together. This is like short-term outcome, long-term outcome, and I always read them together. And that's kind of an interesting little combination that we have there. What do you have on yours with the Ollie Oxenfree?
Oh, I like that one. So all of these random, let me see if I pull this up a little smidgen. All of these random going to the other sides, as we'll call them. Interesting that right in the center of it all is we have the Justice card.
Oh.
And over it, we have the 8 of Pentacles. We're working on doing some justice here.
Housekeeping.
And underneath, El Diablo.
Oh, is that your El Diablo card?
In the Light Seers, yeah.
Oh, he's cool.
Yeah. Sometimes I look at him like he's kind of hot, but then he kind of has like sausage lips, and then it's not hot anymore. So then it's just a range of emotions I have.
He needs some static guard.
He does. Well, he was trying to be very Red Hot Chili Peppers with his hair flying in the air, but blood, sugar, sex, magic. Anyway, so we're cleaning house, like you said. We're cleaning house. We're coming full circle. We are currently. It feels like we're having like a I want to like put a bow tie on my emotions, like get a hold of yourself, Mildred. I don't know why it's Mildred, but get a hold of yourself right now. Like, Svetlana. I don't know.
Get a hold of yourself, Svetlana.
Yes, Svetlana. I need my caffeine post haste. Okay, so we're trying to get a hold of our emotions, So that's interesting that's coming up with regards to the Ollie Oxenfree, because that seems to be tying in with Putin. So here I might have been thinking it was the hag behind it, but I'm starting to think it might be him behind these things.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do real quick on that. See if he is conexion.
Yeah. So it's like we're going to be waiting to see. We have 3 of Wands here. We're going to be waiting to see what's shaken loose after we've taken these roots, these choices. But it's very much whoever's been doing this is like the Godfather. I'm making you an offer you can't refuse. Okay, well, adios. You're going to the other side. It's kind of like we're getting in super thug town here. It's interesting. But it feels like we're get ready for a bumpy ride, because I think this is like after this cleanup, there's another strategy or another avenue we're going down.
So I can't quite dig into it. So this is Pooty involved in that? Is he the director? I got Ace of Swords and Ace of Cups. The Ace of Swords is cutting things out, getting rid of things. The Ace of Cups is kind of refreshing the emotion, reestablishing those relationships. So wondering if maybe this is like, well, if you don't pay attention to this, then look what could happen. Accidents happen everywhere. You could fall on 10 times.
Yeah, it's like that Godfather energy. It's just a weird kind of thing.
Yeah.
Some type of leverage.
So, and no one's safe on this one. He's doing what he's got to do. There's no, and that's one of the things that I've always gotten about him, is that, he's very decisive. Like he's like the worst person to play poker with because you're not going to know when he's going to come and get you. All of a sudden, he's going to come and get you. And under the surface, there's a lot of people that are worried about this. There are a lot of people that are looking over their shoulders right now. So one of the things that I heard was after he made his like manifesto about, being patriots and being part of it, that there was a flood or a flurry of private jets leaving Russia. That a lot of private jets made a hasty exit out of Russia after he made his announcement, before all of these people started turning up in various positions. Let's put it that way.
Interesting. I didn't know there was a flurry of jets hitting the road.
They all went.
I wonder where they all went. They're like, I don't know.
Well, we know the one guy went to, what is it, Catalonia?
Yeah.
Then they all went to Valhalla. So.
Oh, man, can you imagine? They're probably like, turn off my tracking. Like, oops, sorry, sir. I forgot to turn off your tracking. Marto. All right, let's look into Captain Z.
Oh.
Let's see what's up with him. What is this thing that I keep seeing, like, politicians and shit, they can't figure out where he is, but like celebrity people can? Like, what's that about?
He does have that appearance on Dancing with the Stars next week, so I'm kidding.
Oh, what the? Well, I'm not surprised he was on the Grammys.
I'm going to be on Dancing with the Stars.
Shit. Well, you made time for the Grammys. Who knows? The next time I'll see him on the Kardashians, he might pop into the Housewives. I don't know.
All of a sudden, one of their little skirmishes turns into like dance fighting. So I had an earworm today. It was America from West Side Story. I like to be in America. Everything's me in America. I had to listen to it before we got on and I had to sing it because it was stuck in my head all day long. So I was like, yay.
Yeah, I'm not much of one for like musicals. Like I only have a couple that I like.
But you could be down with dance fighting, right?
I like dance fighting, but I'm not a West Side Story musical fan. Like, no, I'm just not. I can't.
How about like Berry Gordy's The Last Dragon? Hands up, who remembers The Last Dragon?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Seriously? Holy moly.
I know everybody's like, Alycia doesn't watch shit. She watches crap though.
No, the only reason you would have watched that is if you were from like Middlesex County, New Jersey. And you wore like fat lace Adidas's and parachute pants in the 80s.
Yeah, no, I didn't have any of those things. I was just thinking, no, I didn't have any of those things. I was thinking about like when I got my I think my first pair of Reeboks, and I think I actually got them in Pennsylvania at the Vanity Fair outlet. I don't know if that was in Reading or something on a family trip. But yeah, there was no parachute pants, so. No.
I can't imagine anything more unflattering on my body right now.
Oh, I sure as hell wouldn't wear them now because people would think I was like fat MC Hammer.
Yes.
I look like Amber Heard shitting my pants.
Hey, Gregopedia said he got the glow. That's from The Last Dragon. Hello, Gregopedia. I love you.
Hello, Gregopedia.
Oh, wait. So maybe I should bring out my tinfoil hat now that Gregopedia is here.
Yeah.
So Alycia has her Dale Gribble hat, and so I said, well, I have to have something. So
I so enjoy your tinfoil hat because it's very sturdy and ready for battle.
Oh, I'm ready for anything. Gregopedia. Oh my God, my hair is sticking out on the side, isn't it? What is going on over here? Gregopedia made this, so maybe we'll do show and tell on Friday nights from now on.
Yeah, I like that big strap on this.
This is why people think I'm trans.
Oh, this went so sideways so quick.
Friday night. Okay. What do you have there for the Z-Man?
Okay. Z-Man is I think he's doing selective marketing. It's weird. I think he's doing selective. I do not think that what stories are being put out are true. I think things are worse than he's letting on, like the stories of like he's winning and he's slaying the dragon. Like, no, not happening. He's trying to pull a rabbit out of a hat with whatever the fuck he's doing. We have the magician up here. He's trying to pull a rabbit out of the hat with this right now. He's trying to hold on to what he can get. I guess that's why we keep sending him money every week. Like he's that like college kid who can't budget his money. And we're sending him everything else, right? He's not looking good coming up near future. You got 10 of Wands. It's not looking good for him. He feels like, this is now weird to me. He feels like the star of the show. And that's kind of like that vibe I got when I was saying like, oh, you know, when you said, oh, he's going to be on Dancing with the Stars and you're joking. And for me, I was like, I could totally see that because of what other things he's been doing. It's like he wants to be the star. He's looking for continuing to, I believe, market is the word that comes to mind. Just like I want to market, but he's like getting nasty, like a I want it my way or the highway, but it's like it feels very much like the dim-witted ginger forcing a nasty story, like his presentation of the facts, but in a forceful, nasty way. I'm kind of getting that energy. He's fearing he might be going to the other side.
Oh.
But it doesn't, I think at the end he'll end up fine. I think he'll end up fine. And it's weird because the way that I'm getting this is all the money that we're sending him and all the parts and all the whatever else God only knows what we're sending to him. I feel like he's stockpiling it up to almost like sell it on eBay and rebuild his country. I don't know. It's weird.
You know what? That's so weird because I did him here and I got the same thing. This is like a whole marketing thing. And it's like whole like PR. Like Gregopedia and I have been saying for a while that like we're not going to have WW3. We're going to have the info.
WW.
Yeah. So WW, not Weight Watchers.
Not
WW.
Weight Watchers. Sorry, James Gordon. Go eat a Twinkie.
So I got the same thing here, and that we need more. We're not doing good. That's kind of the messaging here. We need more. So I said, what if this is a whole elaborate money washing and that's what I got here.
Interesting.
This is like a whole elaborate money thing. Like it's not reselling on eBay, but
I can't imagine what the shipping on a tank is, but
well, you have Amazon Prime.
Oh, then it's fine.
And you get it the next day. It's amazing. So, I'm getting the same thing. It's like, hey, like we've got to get this reestablished here. We've got to take care of what, we have to look backward. We've got to make sure we've got everything. And we're, you all need to, it's like the WW Beta 02. Thank you, honey. It's like they're trying to, the Z-Man is trying to get the upper hand again. There was some level of negotiation that was going on. And at some point he felt like he had the upper hand or at least had an even hand. The reality is that he doesn't, and he's going to have to kowtow over here. He's going to have to kind of dial it back a little bit, dial back the ego a little bit. And, he's gonna have to be the bottom. Let's put it that way.
Well, that depends on what community you're talking about being the bottom of. I mean, I don't know if this is Will Rogers Park, where I don't know.
Yeah, it feels like he has to be the bottom a little bit.
He might be the bottom at an Eyes Wide Shut ritual. I don't think he's gonna like that. Just saying, there could be some bad things going on over there. I did hear my Starbucks Chariot come in, so I'm going to caffeine. I mean crack. So I'm going to take a break and go get my caffeine.
Go get your caffeine. I'm going to start doing some work on Mike Tyson.
Okay, I will be back, children.
All right, so let's keep. And I don't know if I need to put the hat back on. It actually got hot, and Gregopedia said in the comments that he did not make this hat. I'm a little disappointed because I thought that he did make it, but looked like it's very homemade and it's got welding on the inside. But it was very hot when I put it on my head. I got very hot very quickly. I felt like I was going to go to Valhalla all of a sudden. Whoosh. So let's see. So Mike Tyson got into a fight with a guy in a plane. So what I want to do is we're going to look at Mike Tyson's side. We're going to look at the dude's side. And we're going to see. Because right now, if he's facing felony charges, that's terrible. And it was on a plane. So I don't know how that works. I don't know. If you know the law in there, comment. If you get into a fist fight on a plane, is that like a federal interstate kind of thing? I don't know. I don't know if you wind up being under federal jurisdiction, but fun fact, met Mike Tyson once on my birthday in a very, very small lounge. Well, it was his birthday. It was June 30th. Alycia and I looked it up in New York. And I was on a date a long time ago. And my date was showing off his very exclusive little lounge. He was like, it's Mike Tyson's birthday and he's right over there. And I went over and I said, Mike, it's my birthday too, and gave him a kiss on the cheek. And he was actually pretty nice. So Alycia asked me if he was tall, and I said he was sitting down. So I was taller than him. So, all right, simple assault, misdemeanor. But they said it was a federal charge, Gregopedia. Thank you for looking that up. So let's see. And sound off in the comments. How many of us are going to start a fight with Mike Tyson on a plane? I don't know. Seems like a dumb idea. Just saying. So this is Mike right here. And here's the dude. 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 Okay. So, looks like here, Mike Tyson definitely made a poor decision. And he's a little bit worried about it, but he was standing up for himself. The Two of Wands, when we get the Two of Wands, that's actions taken. Look, moving into a future, having Gregopedia does not look things up. He's Gregopedia. He knows them. So being unbalanced and then trying to make a decision about actions that created some anxiety. He's going to hold his ground, though. He's going to say, you know what? I was put in a situation where I was pushed to the limits. He's going to be very nice about it. But I think there's going to be some money that's exchanged here. I think there's going to be a settlement offer. The charges may or may not get dropped, or at least the subsequent civil suit, which every celebrity has, is probably not going to happen. This dude is going to get beat up again online. Everybody that sees this video, I think there's going to be more of the pre-video. Let's put it that way. The video before the actual punching started happening. I think there's going to be some more to that. So it's a shame. It's a shame. And that person is, this is kind of going to be their legacy. So, with Mike Tyson, I think the bar is already set there. We're already at where we're going to be. Like, just probably, it's not. Oh, I didn't realize this was a little off center. Sorry about that, guys. I think, it is what it is when you're with Mike Tyson. You're either going to have a great time and play with homing pigeons, or you're going to get hurt. So, hola, welcome back.
Thank you. I had to go outside for a minute because I'm like sweating like a whore in church. I was like, so hot in here. Anyhow, I couldn't help myself, and I took a peek at Telegram.
Okay.
And apparently, Tucker Carlson is reading excerpts from Stacey Abrams had written novels, sexy novels, and there's a quote or a snippet excerpt from one of them. I thought I would read it for us.
Please do.
I'm wondering, should I read it like Psychic Joni?
Absolutely.
Okay. Distracted, she caught a flat, firm nipple between ungentle teeth and reveled in the moan that broke from his chest. She tested him with heated flicks of tongue that sampled the warmth saltiness of flesh. What?
Oh my.
I guess he calls these like steamy Stacy's. I'm her books. Wow. So yeah, I just thought, and in case anybody was looking for some reading over the weekend, maybe you want to pick up a book from her.
So Gregopedia, get out of my head. He said Gilbert Gottfried. Did you ever hear Gilbert Gottfried read 50 Shades of Grey?
No, I need
to. It's
though.
awesome. It's awesome.
Okay, I will. I'm going to put that on my to-do list.
It's on YouTube, and it's the greatest thing you'll ever hear in your. Oh my God!
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, what in the world? The whole thing of where. Let me read that part again. Distracted, she caught a flat, firm nipple between ungentle teeth. What?
Flat, firm. I don't know. What does that look like? What does that look like? I don't know what that looks like.
A rivet? I don't know. Between ungentle teeth, and then I'm picturing like Pelosi's chompers. Can you imagine? Oh, Pelosi, Speaker Pelosi, could you please act this out? I want to make this into a movie.
Holy shit. I got to read on Stacey Abrams. What was she thinking? We're losing people. People are leaving. They're going to vomit.
They're like, I have to vomit
Either
now.
that or they're getting turned on. I don't know.
Maybe they're like, come on, babe, let's go. This is better than Skinamax.
All right. Stacey Abrams, what WTF?
I mean, I know there's a certain portion of people who like to read the trashy romance novels. I think the only trashy one I read was 50 Shades of Grey. What? Why is there a sneaky snacker on this?
Wait, you got a sneaky snacker?
Oh my God. Oh.
Was it Owen Diablo?
El Diablo.
With his firm, flat nipples.
Maybe he has some. Let me see if we can find any on here. Yeah, I guess, yeah, maybe those are the ones we're talking about. They look kind of like rivets. Okay.
I think that's what we got. Oh my God.
Yeah, it looks like this whole thing is about money, but we have less sneaky snacker. I know someone asked earlier how much are the coins worth, and what charity we're going to, because we're going to donate to a charity at the end of the year. I haven't decided on the charity yet, and I'm not quite sure what the value of my paper clips and coins are going to be. It'll be to be decided.
Maybe we should do like a Kickstarter for Stacey Abrams to get some writing lessons.
No, because it looks like she's probably making plenty of dough. She probably got more dough than we got.
Betty Ford Clinic for.
Oh yes, and then we'll figure out how to donate all the ice cream in our fridge. This, I'm wondering if underneath this is like she's sharing like semi-autobiographical stories. I'm just allegedly for entertainment purposes.
Two of Wands? Is that a Two of Wands there?
That's a Queen of Swords.
Oh, okay. I'm squinting. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. It's like it feels like we might be like it diary-esque with this. I mean, there's some liberties here being taken with the stories. I'm thinking she does think that like they're almost like a divine download.
Oh boy.
And I don't know, does she do this under a pen name? And like hoping that maybe people weren't going to find out that she might be a little saucy. I don't know. I'm just wondering if she's got a little bit of a saucy side to her. I'm wondering if she went to those parties Madison was talking about. I don't know. It's interesting.
She was a Georgia state legislator and published some romance novels, writing under her pseudonym Selena Montgomery.
Montgomery? That's Selena Montgomery. That's an interesting pen name. I don't know if I was going to pick a pen name if it would be Selena Montgomery. Seems odd.
While Justice Sleeps is what it was called.
Well, not after you used your ungentle teeth.
Oh dear.
Look at Rose's comment. That's the ribbon between her teeth.
Oh boy. We are calling her Selena Montgomery from now on, right?
Yes, that is her new name, Selena Montgomery. We have to make sure to say Montgomery so I don't get confused with Selena's for Selena the singer.
Oh.
You know, in the movie where they're like, oh my gosh, there's Selena's. I don't know why she was plural, but I do enjoy that movie so much. I know it has J-Lo. Don't hate me. Okay.
Selena was adorable.
What?
I thought Selena was adorable. How old was she when she died? 22? It was like an absurdly young age.
I don't know. I thought she was slightly older than that. Oh, 23.
23,
wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know she was that young. Wow.
Horribly young.
Terrible.
So should we see if there's any requests? Are you still with us? Like, are you looped?
I'm slightly looped, but I'm willing to go a little bit longer because I did get my crack.
So you are juiced up.
Yeah.
Anyone want to hit us up in the comments? Do we have anything in the comments that any questions? Requestions?
Sherry did we ever go into the Netflix and the Disney?
No, we didn't.
Okay, so let's look into the future of Netflix, since that seems to be a problemo. I'm wondering, for the nobodies, that could be not good.
Oh, you know what? You do Netflix in general, and I'll do the nobodies.
Okay.
Because I think that's a done deal. I think it's done.
What do you mean? You think it's a done deal and like that it's not going to air?
Yep. I think they reneged on that deal.
But what about then his latest trip overseas where they were filming them in their little kiddie cars and whatever other stuff they were doing?
I have a feeling that all of the footage is going to suck and they're not going to be able to do anything with it. So I'll take a look at that.
All right.
If I may. May I?
Mother says yes.
Mother says yes.
Oh,
I sing that to my kids all the time from Tangled. Like whenever they're like, "Ooh," I'm like, Mother knows best. Shut up,
like,
or I'll put you in a tower and stroke your hair.
They're like, go away, go away. Oh my. So interesting. Oh.
Ready when you are, darling.
Do you want to go first or shall I?
I'm going to have you go first.
All right. Well, we've got a tower. So it's looking like things are circling the drain. We're trying to hold on to our assets, whatever that is. I don't know what that would be, but we're trying to hold on to our assets, but we're really like kind of shitting bricks here. This is looking like we didn't see this coming. I don't know. Like we didn't see this coming. Like this is horribly failing. I don't know. It's almost like a energy of like, we got caught by surprise. We didn't know that the market would be saying this, or we didn't know that our forecasts were going to be this bad. I don't know. It's almost like feels like a Johnny Depp met with his business manager and found out like, oh my gosh, where are all my millions? How did this happen? It feels like they're caught off. They didn't realize. I'm wondering here if we're not going to try and get somebody in new, kind of like we saw the last time we read on Disney, where we're getting somebody new to come in and clean the shit up. Some new ideas, perhaps on programming, the direction of the content we're going to be putting out there. So it looks like we're making plans for new ideas to see if we can save the sinking ship. But we're in a dire situation. The Titanic's like already starting to tip up.
So did you see the news that there were 100 million households using shared accounts? So what does a Netflix subscription cost these days?
I think we're paying like $14.99, maybe.
So
it's not cheap anymore. I think because there was at some point they said, hey, it's going up and you have to pay more. So if you can watch things, I don't know if it was quality or what it was, but it went up. So that I think was just maybe a year ago or 6 months ago. Don't know. COVID timelines, don't know.
So that's like $1.5 billion of revenue a month, if I'm calculating this right, that they're not getting.
Well, that's a problem.
Is it $1 billion? That's $1 billion, right? Oh,
I can't see it. I'll take your word for it. That's certainly a lot.
It's $1.5 billion. I am so bad at math. I had to use a calculator.
Well, nobody's brain computes that far in advance unless you're like Stephen Hawking or something and he's calculating his tip at the strip bar. But go ahead.
These are just some big numbers. Marnie just got here. And it's so funny because she was like, hi, everybody just got here. Wondering if the debacle in The Hague is going to have an effect on podcasts on Spotify. And lo and behold, we're talking about Netflix. And I've got the Harkles right here.
Ooh.
So this is in regard to how this show is going to go. So we got the temper tantrum sad squirrel little fella on here. This is like the eager beaver that's like, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna be a superstar, and we're gonna be the king and queen of Netflix. But the cooperative working, it's like, so we all know, if we've followed them for any length of time, that there's the spaghetti at the wall approach. They just kind of throw it at the wall, and then if it doesn't work, they just kind of leave it dripping and hanging from the wall and on the floor, and they go over to another wall and throw that there, and everyone's like, well, what about this wall? And they're like, I don't even know that wall's there. Like, we don't even know about that. So that's kind of there was a lot of friction behind the scenes on this. Continues to be a lot of friction. He's such a dope. I wish I could say something else, and God forbid they start watching this channel, because like, I try and be positive. I'm trying to give good advice here. The gods are with me. There's this level of arrogance. He just doesn't have, no one wants to listen to her because she's like, meh, 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 meh. And so he's like the one who's like, all right, well, I'm going to get in here and I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it right. And this is going to be my baby. So
Austin Powers.
So wait, look at my King of Swords, though.
It looks just like him.
So
dress up.
So he's like trying to take charge of this, and there's nothing interesting about him because he has no perspective of what other people are into. It's like this whole pantomime of, well, I think that the plebes will like this. This is what people like. Like, they eat dirt, don't they? Don't they go outside and eat dirt sometimes? Like, that's what they do. And they're always barefoot. So I'll be barefoot in all my pictures, with my dirty feet. So like, he just doesn't have any perspective as to like, there's nothing interesting about him because he has no clue. If he just like, I love that show, The Sparkles, the little cartoon, The Sparkles. I think it's adorable. If he would approach things, not trying to be like a funny guy, but just like, hey, like, I am a prince without a throne. Yeah, like that may take off. I mean, we may feel really bad for him, but like, he goes back and forth between being this clown that's juggling outside the window and then some guy who's tapping himself because he's depressed. Like, it like, none of it's resonating with anybody. Nobody gets it. And like, he doesn't even get it. He's like, well, like, I don't know what the people want. I don't know what they like. So just try again. So it's not working. And now it feels like Megan's not involved anymore. It feels like it feels like she is like completely kind of out of it. And she's like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this now. So I think there's something going on with image with her, and she doesn't want to be seen. I know that's a little bit weird because she just was at the Invictus Games, but she's not in top perfect form. And she's very uncomfortable with that being out there. She wants to be more fit. And this a little bit leans me toward that she did actually produce some kind of thing.
No. That's called she ate too much breadsticks at the Olive Garden. And
that might be it, or it might be the menopausia.
Well, that's for real. I'll tell you that shit. That's why when we're wearing leggings in my middle-aged merching store.
I can't even get my leg up. I'm like, I got leggings on, but you can't see them.
I was like, I don't know what we're doing over there, but if we're getting ready for stirrups at the...
I'm wearing leggings and Crocs. Yeah, she doesn't want to be seen because she's a little thicker in the middle right now. She doesn't like how she looks. And every time she sees Catherine, it makes her head explode.
Every time I see Catherine's legs, it just makes me super jealous because I'm just like, why does she have perfect legs?
Because she's a fish. She swims every day.
Does she?
Yeah, she's a runner and a fish, and she swims.
Oh, well, I guess I need a pool.
She likes swimming.
Now, this was interesting because on the Daily Mail, the bastion of journalism, this Tina Brown book, I don't know if that's out yet or not, but it talks about Lord Dimwit. And it says her new book, The Palace Papers, Inside the House of Windsor, The Truth and the Turmoil. I guess is looking into all of them, but it's also bringing up about him, his relationship that's taken a dump with his brother that took place, like it already was taking a dump before the nobody showed up. And it also is like talking about his relationship with what's her name, Cressida or whatever her name was, and how she was the one who had said to him to go get help, and I guess he got help from. There was a weird part in this, I can't find it right now, but a weird part where he got help from MI6 therapist.
Harry did?
Yeah. So this is like coming out of the Tina Brown book. And so it was just kind of a thing where at some point then he thanks the first girlfriend or whatever her name was about saying, thank you for helping me to see that I needed therapy. And he went off and got, I guess the MI6 therapist would be because they're discreet, not any other reason. I was just thinking this Tina Brown book might be, I think the rumors were that they were scared about the Tom Bowers book, but this Tina Brown book might be something they might be wanting to beware of.
So I will be getting that. Oh, free release day, delivery May 24th.
Oh, that's like a whole month.
Yeah. Huh.
Well, if they're already releasing snippets, probably by the time we get to May, we'll have known what's in the entire book. So, anyhow, let's then go over to the podcast, the Spotify. I think because there was that question about how that's going to be going along. I guess he doesn't have one, does he? He's not going to have a podcast there?
No, it doesn't look like it.
But she is.
Wikipedia fact checked me.
Fish don't have legs? No. Liar. Liar pants. My fish had legs.
Oh, boy.
It was a pollywog.
I was going to say tadpole. Hey, Stephen Rabo's here. Hello, Stephen Rabo. They do just need to add this show.
Yes. Yeah. 24/7. Yeah. I'd need a lot of crack for that.
I can do it.
I need whatever Nancy Pelosi's having.
So wait, what are we doing now? Where are we going? To the podcast?
Yeah, I thought somebody asked about, was it?
Yes.
Asked about their podcast. And then we had a question from Audrey about why are the comedy celebs going muerto. But let's do the podcast, how the podcast, because she tried to trademark the word of millennia. Oh, God.
She's gonna trademark the and is.
I was like, is she taking a page out of the Kris Jenner momager thing? Yes. And she just didn't understand that momager wasn't like one of those words. Like, oh my goodness. Because I mean, I'm sure that's why she had to jet back home. She had to get right to work on recording that podcast because we have a summer release date, correct?
I'm Megan.
I'm Megan. I'm wearing black turtlenecks. I'm also Steve Jobs. Oh my, I didn't expect to get the Muerto card so soon.
Did you really? Because look at what I got. Womp, 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 womp.
Oh. Dude, looks like we're gonna have to sell more of Harry's antiques on eBay or something here.
Wow.
This is I'm wondering if this whole idea is like getting scrapped and she's wanting to bring him back in. It feels very much like that idea you were just talking about. I threw the spaghetti at this wall and now I'm going to the spaghetti wall over here and I don't know that spaghetti wall, because this feels like I'm trying to go in a different direction again.
So I have a question. How do people make money off those like Apple podcasts? Like, how does that work? You make a contract with them and then you do your podcast, and are there I don't have Apple, whatever. Any podcast that I've listened to, like there's no commercials on it. So like,
okay, so for me, I do listen, I pay for certain podcasts that I listen to. And I think it's just like, depends on the platform, right? So if you had a podcast on a certain platform, you could still probably syndicate it out to Spotify or Apple or to whoever, all the different platforms you want to put out there. There's podcasts that I listen to, they have the ads on it. And if you want to listen to it ad free, then you can subscribe to take the ads off. That's as far as I know. And then sometimes within the podcast, you'll have like the advertisers, right? Whatever it is. I can't even imagine who their advertisers would be. That would be an interesting game to figure out, like, just for men. Anyhow, so I think there's other fundings that come along with it. Like, oh, we want to take a break to talk about our sponsor, Just for Men, and Lady Chic. I don't know. There's
Lady Chic. Are we back to Hammer Dirt? I'm sorry, Lady Chic.
Chic. I was thinking razors. Not Lady Shit. Oh God. But anyway, that's what I'm looking at here. This looks like she's like, I think she wants to go in a new direction where maybe she's bringing somebody else in, if not the one that she's betrothed to, and she wants to go in a new direction and say this was like divine guidance, an aha moment, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And she wants to go away from whatever direction this thing that she was trying to copyright, whatever direction that was going to go in, we're trying to go somewhere else already, and we haven't even got off the ground. So darling,
I'm getting the same thing. So the messaging, I'm getting this, the El Muerto, and I'm also getting, that's why people think that I'm transgender, because I have the deep voice, because I don't sound like Ricky Ricardo. I sound like Antonio Banderas. I'm
sure Wikipedia is turned on.
Hey, you never know.
If I read it in a Stacey Abrams novel, I mean Selena Montgomery's novel, I'll know it's true.
So International Women's Day is coming up soon, so we got to get ready for that. You never saw Deadpool? I'll show you that later. Okay. Anyone who's seen Deadpool gets it. Happy International Women's Day. So I get it. I'm getting that too, that the messaging, this internet messaging, the plan, capital P, capital L, the plan is not that. I feel like they're doing test marketing. They're throwing it out there. Like, how they, Gregopedia said not again. So, how they test market movies sometimes, like I remember the movie, oh gosh, it was Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner, and they got divorced. What was that? War of the Roses. Yes. War of the Roses, they actually test marketed, and there was a different ending. and people said it was too dark. And the other ending, the more useless stuff that I have in my head. The original ending, the chandelier fell on the kids and killed the kids, and they said it was too dark. They didn't want it that way, so they went back and they refilmed the end of the movie. And it feels like they have test marketed her podcast wisdom, and people are like, yeah, like, I'm not feeling this. It's not doing it. And they've got teams that are working on it, and there's just no branding that they can put into place that people are gonna like. It's like there's no theme that she can pick up on. This theme of sexism in the world, it's like kind of such a broad brush that it doesn't really make sense. And I think she wanted to do sexism in the workplace, and that didn't make sense because there are too many people that are working remotely, and it's become like a non-issue. So, it really is like they just don't have this magic touch. They just don't have a new plan to create content that's going to be relevant. And I know I just said that about him. This is more of like they're scraping the bottom of the barrel versus they don't know what, like he doesn't know what people are into. He thinks people eat dirt. And like she thinks like this is a really serious issue that like everyone needs to be aware of, and like we need to need to use my voice on this. Everyone needs to hear my voice on this. But it's like, yeah, be like, nobody cares. It's like, hey, you shouldn't wear stretch pants after 30. Well, the last 2 years change that for all of us because we're all wearing stretch pants over 30.
Yeah.
So, it's really like just kind of out of touch. So,
I was just going to say, it's kind of interesting how you were saying that how he thinks that, essentially as an example, everybody eats dirt, and he's out of touch with, us regular folk. And that reminds me going back to Jimmy Savile, and he's giving Prince Charles, what are the things that the regular folk would like? Give me ideas. And it's kind of that thing, like these people are out of touch when it's like you're trying to come back to earth and be like the regular folk, but you don't want to live like the regular folk because you got your 16 toilets, so Amber Heard can take a dump in every one of them. It makes it hard for you to understand what the rest of the world's like. He and her both would like benefit from doing like the simple life, which was what Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie did. That was
a fun little show.
Yeah, like that's what he would need to be like, bring him down to earth and get some content. I mean, I don't know that I would even watch it. It's because it feels like so done already and whatever. But if they had that idea first, maybe. I mean, of course, everybody's rehashing movies and TV, so maybe they could get away with it. But I don't know that they would demean themselves down to that because they think that they're special. So
I think like a Survivor type show would be really. Here's my thing. I think their future is going to be like spots on reality shows like this. Like I think that's eventually all they're going to be left with, and that's Psychic Impression. That like they're going to have an agent who's calling up, going, "Hey, can they be the top square on Hollywood Squares?" And like the ghost of Paul Lynde is going to be like, "Hell no!" And like
Paul Lynde is going to haunt their square. He's not even going to have that.
No, not doing that. I don't share.
I don't share, honey. Oh my gosh. It's like, and to me, I was like, the other day I was watching Google TV, and I think that's what they call it. YouTube TV. That's what it is. Hashtag old person. Anyway, they had these ads, and there was, I don't know, we were watching Jeopardy or some shit, and there's an ad for a game app, and it was that guy that used to be on Trading Spaces, I think Ty Pennington.
Oh, yeah.
And he was the guy doing the commercial for this game app. And I'm like, what happened to him that he fell so far that he's doing these cheese ball games
This
as
is
a
what
commercial?
happens.
Oh, really? I thought it was glug, 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 glug. Oh, sugar boogers. Booger sugar.
So I'm taking a look at what the career path for Eminem is.
Okay.
Oh, look at who showed up.
Oh.
She's a gold digger. Gold digger. So, yeah, the jury's out.
I'm sorry, what?
The jury is out on her. Like she's blackballed in the industry. Nobody wants to work with her. Nobody trusts her. Nobody likes the way she operates. Let's put it that way. So there's and you live in this Hollywood land approximately, so you get the vibe. So those of you that don't live in the Hollywood land, um there's a lot of illusion that goes into just living there even as a regular person. There really is, I hate to say poser, but there's like this whole like poser thing. I met probably one genuine person when I was there, and I think I was up like the coast. I was up what is that, the California Coastal Highway, and it was like, yeah, PCH, thank you. And it was in like one of the towns that like all the hippies lived in, and there was like a little like general store kind of thing that was historic, and like all the hippies used to, like, from the 60s and 70s, like all these famous people used to like buy their like tins of beer there, like it was like a big deal. And like the old guy that worked there was like still like the last like legit person in like the whole Hollywood land vibe circle vortex. That being said, that everybody's kind of fake, you have to construct part of the fakeness that you have in that industry. You have to construct a facade that's at least somewhat plausible. And the problem with her facade is that she tried to build too high, if that makes sense. She didn't use little snippets of reality from her own personal life. She kind of rebuilt like a whole thing and didn't work off foundations that were her own. And so, like, people, when they like try, like, if you're a really good storyteller, they're not going to fact check you. They're going to be like, oh yeah, whatever. Okay. Like, that's crazy, because they have their own lives too. But she like is like, oh yeah, like I just have degrees and I worked in the government down in South America. And like she overreached with her bullshitting. And everybody kind of knew it really early on. They know that she just kind of stepped in shit. And when she was first dating him, when she did that Vanity Fair cover, I thought she looked really good on that. That was her hot moment. That was when she should have started like forging some very mild relationships, but instead she was like, hi, we're like besties, like everyone's besties. Because I was on the cover of Vanity Fair, and I'm dating Prince Harry. I'm dating Princess Diana's son. I'm dating him. He's dating me. Then it turned into he's dating me. So and like there's something to be said about that, about saying, a celebrity knows me. Like, oh, well, they know me, I don't know them. They know me. I know them too, but they know me. There's something to be said about that. So, the opportunity for her to really forge a path has kind of shut down, and she kind of did it herself. The only open doors for her are the sugar daddy doors right now.
That's what I got here.
You got the sugar daddy too? What'd you get? What is it?
I got the Emperor, but I was looking like, is she ever gonna find success on TV, movie, screen, whatever? And it's like, no, it's like she like she's going to be like, Suits is going to be her like good old days, that she looks back and like, oh, the good old days of Suits, Rachel Zane. It's like, I keep struggling, and I like, there's some optimism of like, someday somebody will recognize her brilliance or something, and she's going to keep trying, but she's never going to get there. She's going to be looking for sugar daddy to like, now that would be interesting if she got a sugar daddy to fund it, kind of like the stories you hear of Les Moonves doing that with Julie Chen.
She's going to write a book.
Oh. Word Salad Deluxe?
No. She's going to do, I'm back to it. She's going to do like a design home book. It's going to kill you. You're going to need like a lot of drinks and a lot of therapy. I will be here for you. I will catch you when you fall.
This is going to infuriate me.
Yeah, she's going to do like remember what the Tig looked like? Like it was like a lot of white and crisp and linen and beachy and, you know, a little bit of gray, like whitewash stuff, distressed furniture with like, you know, hints of gold and like rose gold. Like she's going to do a design book, and it's not going to be like, hey, you can live like this too. It's going to be like, oh, look at this beautiful image. Like this is like a beautiful way to live. But
like an architectural digest book?
Kind of, but it's just going to be pictures of what was put together. It's not going to be like, there's not going to be any substance behind it. It's going to look great. She's not going to do it. She's going to have designers that are doing it, but it's going to be all like very beachy. Now, that being said, what I'm feeling is that shaggy surf shack by the sea that I've said Harry and her should have moved into. I mean, so his is a little bit more rustic. I think if they do split up, I would love to set him up in a shaggy surf shack by the sea. I'm sure we could find one for 10 million.
Wait, what was that? Was that the Rockford Files where the guy, he lived in like a trailer by the beach?
I think it was. Yeah,
that's where he can live.
But honestly, like that's kind of the vibe that like I feel like. And Mel Gibson in Lethal Weapon, he had the trailer by the sea too. It was just like you walked out and you were on the beach. You know, like kind of that vibe. But hers is going to be a little bit more posh. It's going to be a bit more architectural, a bit more manicured. But I think she's going to do that. I think it's going to be like a blip. You know, like she's going to have a book. It's going to be out there for a little while. And then it'll be on the bargain shelf eventually, but she'll be talking about that book forever, like she's going to be talking about Suits. Oh, my design book.
Oh, yeah. You know what it reminded me of when you're talking about her design book? I don't know who it was, if it was like a former bodyguard or somebody who was talking about the cheap like dollar store tchotchkes that is in Andrew and Fergie's house. Like it just clutters everywhere. That like, I think he even said there was something like when you pull on the toilet paper, it plays music, like cheese ball. Like I would love, that would be a book I would buy. The coffee table book where we photograph inside, like the real stuff the royals have like on their counter. You know, want to see their lotions and potions.
That's why they think we eat dirt, because Charles and Harry went over to their house and they think that's how people live.
Yeah,
they eat dirt.
Yeah, I mean, God. I mean, I don't know why we can't get pictures inside of Andrew and Fergie's house. We found out about his teddy bears on the bed. I want to find out about all of their cheap tchotchkes that they can't help but buy.
I want to know why they didn't finish and live in that monstrosity that they built.
Oh, I think that had to do with what did you say earlier? Money and washing?
Oh.
I want to say perhaps even that there was a Ruski perhaps involved in the later purchase of that.
Huh.
So I'm just saying. Oh yes. Me too, Rose. I love James Garner. Oh, one of my favorites. Oh, I love Murphy's Romance. It's like one of my few movies I watch. Okay, so do we want to look into how do you do that so quick? Oh wait, never mind. It's a heart and it just looks like you typed it. I was just like, how do you leave comments so quick?
I don't know. I just type. You can't leave comments.
I can't
We
leave.
have to figure out how to give you the power to do that.
I looked it up. I think it's just a StreamYard limitation, because then I was trying to figure out how, and I don't know, but if somebody knows, you know, when Jean-Claude and Janine, they go live on both of their channels, and I don't know how to do that either. So I'm befuddled. I don't know how they do it.
Are they on StreamYard?
I'm pretty sure they are. It looks like that's what they're doing. So there's got to be a way to do it. I just don't know how to do it. And it's like, I don't know if we add destinations in here of our stuff and I'm just dumb and didn't think of it. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out one day.
Huh. I do know that we can have guests. So I was thinking we should throw out to like some of the bigwigs and say, hey, why don't you come guest on our show?
Bigwigs? Like, who are you thinking? Like Amber Heard?
No. No, not her. She will shit up this show.
Yeah, she'll stink up the place. Okay, so no, not that kind of bigwig. Okay, got it.
Yeah, maybe James Franco. We could get him on here.
Somebody with the wrench. We got one. We got
one. Tarot Destroyer. But you
now
know what?
Spirit.
I'm really excited that there's a troll and it's my night to host.
You got your first troll. Yay! Now someone just has to destroy them. Slay them with your wrench. Oh, you guys hurry, get them. Look, they've repeated it.
I got him.
Oh, good.
Oh, wait, there she is again. Block.
Oh, good Lord.
Does she have a laser?
What?
It said something about a laser, didn't it? It says error occurred and try refreshing the page. I am not refreshing that page. Oh my God, someone stop her.
Let me see if I can see it on my end, if she's gone.
Yeah, I'm not. It says I can refresh the page, but I'm not going to do that because, oh, she's blocked.
Oh, she gone?
Yeah. How do we can we get rid of these?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
Freaky bot. Who would waste their time to make a bot for this? Oh, okay. Somebody just reported her. So maybe it'll go away. It's just for this. Hold on. I'm pulling it up over here to see. Yes, this message deleted on the live thing.
Tarot Destroyer. So yeah, Gregopedia, when we had the one with like anal warts who was like really going off. What was his name? Steven or Todd or something. He was like, yeah, I watched it on the replay and I had no idea what you guys were talking about. He's like, all of a sudden you're talking about anal warts and like you're a man. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah.
Thank you all. Thank you for blocking and
wrenching her and whatnot. You've made
snack
it now.
Pack.
Snack pack
in full effect.
Yes, the snack pack is taking care of us, and now you've had your own trolls, although they didn't talk about your anal warts.
Did we officially tell everyone that they're the snack pack?
Oh, I don't know if everybody knows they're the snack pack.
So we were trying to come up with a good name for our faithful followers that come here and hang out with us on Fridays and when we do our regular shows. So we threw it out there to a few people, and the winner, I think, is it the winner? Is it officially the winner? Is the snack pack. So you guys are the snack pack. You guys are the snack pack. So we'll eventually have some merch for the snack pack, which I think will be fun.
Yes.
And or we can have snack pack cups and champagne glasses, depending on.
So you're highfalutin there, Prince Harry.
High for champagne falutin. Well, no, I have a good friend who does promotional stuff like that. So we, sky's the limit. We could create our own deck of cards like you did that say the snack pack.
We could get collector Bentleys. Can you imagine?
We could do that.
I wish I'd get one of those Bentleys just so I could drive up to the gates of Calabasas and horn shame for no reason.
Sneaky snacker license plate frames.
Can you imagine? People are like, what's a sneaky snacker? Ah.
What's that guy doing with all those swords? That'll be a lot of fun.
So do we want to end on about the passings of the?
Yeah, because that's weird. That is odd.
Now
I'm very concerned about Steve. What is his name? Pete Davidson.
He's not Muerto, is he?
No, I have concerns
that he will be. You're so cryptic.
Feels tenuous. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Well, because now when Gilbert went on to the other side, the story came out that it was because he had a known problem that he had talked about, like I guess that people knew about. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't follow him that much, but I'll go be watching his 50 Shades of Grey. And I was trying to think, who is the other one? I mean, I've already looked into Mr. B.S. Saget, and I think that's shady on its own. I'm trying to think, though, who was the other? Was there another one that kicked it to the pill bugs?
Recently?
Yeah, that's what I'm. Oh, wait, if I Googled this. Okay, so a week ago was Gilbert Godfrey. And what else? Louis Anderson, he went in the beginning of the year. I already forgot about him.
So Greg said wokeism killed them. And Celtic Rune said they don't want to go to colleges anymore.
I'm just going to look up here.
I think Celtic Rune and Greg are both correct. I think the problem is that the craft, what makes comedy funny is laughing at the real and making it absurd. And that is what, and they can't get everybody on the same page, because there's even people like, Chelsea Handler. She immediately came to mind.
Are we talking about that they're industry and not that they're actually physically going to the other side?
That's kind of what I leaned into, because
I was
like, what's going on with comedians? And I threw this out, and that's kind of what I got from it, is that it's really the industry, which would subsequently lead to going to Valhalla, because you can't do your job anymore.
Because you bought your own tickets, are you saying? Oh, you should not, because when they're flaring, it's dangerous.
Wow.
Hi. I'm feeling like I need some Bengay for my butt.
Wait, Paula's a regular, right? Like, she's not a troll. She's a regular.
I hope she is a regular.
I think she is a regular. She's staying.
Yeah, she did. Well, she hasn't called you a tranny yet, so good.
Not yet.
Put on your horn hat and let's get kinky.
It's coming back on. I'm so horny.
What a big strap on you have.
Oh, there's something wrong with us.
There's definitely something wrong with us.
So yeah, I got the industry, they're all looking back to a time when things were better. So like I'm getting like this stark contrast between like Chelsea Handler and Dave Chappelle. And like Dave Chappelle is like, I'm letting it all hang out. I'm just kind of gonna do what I gotta do. And then there's Chelsea Handler who's like, oh, that's really funny. And then, but no, that's not. It's like there's this whole like judgmental kind of thing. And so everybody's kind of afraid to let it out. What'd you get there?
I was just asking, is the art of comedy going to ever make a return? Yes. It's almost, it feels like we're going to have like a new, almost like a new birthing, a new like group, solid group of comedians who are feeling free to be funny again, to be creative, to explore, to push boundaries, to do all that kind of stuff. So it looks like there's a new class on the horizon coming up to usher in a new time of comedy. It doesn't feel like it's like shitty Pete Davidson comedy or shitty Renaissance. Thank you, Gregopedia. It's like it doesn't feel like shitty Chelsea Handler comedy or shitty Amy Schumer comedy. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like true comedy where people finally get back to like, oh, thank you. I wanted to laugh again. And I wanted it to be a laugh where I pissed my pants and my belly aches and I can't stop laughing.
So while you were saying that, the kids in the hall who are not really kids anymore. Yeah, like I was like, whoa, they got old. And like,
the kids in the hall are getting AARP magazines now, like me.
So I did a quick spread on them, and it looks like they're kind of annoyed about the status quo of things. And they're going to bring that beat back, and they're going to have some things to say that are not going to be very PC. They're going to try and make things funny again.
Thank God.
Yeah. I like the kids in the hall. He slept on his arms last night. Hi, Heather. Heather said this is better than drinking.
It's cheaper too.
And 0 calories.
0 calories. It's way better than drinking. And
Star Winter was here and she said something about butt drop throat sweets. What? Last time I was here is about butt drop. I don't know what happened.
I know that time you had to get your cough drop things, but I'm not sure how it related. Oh, somehow that they tie into tasting like butt.
I did. They're not suppositories.
Are we sure this is not an excerpt from a Stacey Abrams novel?
I will never look at Levi's the same way with the little rivets. Not going to be able to do it.
Maybe she should merch rivets. She should campaign with rivets. She's like, here you go, everybody.
She could give out rivet pins.
Yes.
You just have to put them right here.
Oh,
right.
That could be like, when you go and do your little photo op with her.
Oh my God. Should we check in on Corn Pop?
Yes, because the Easter Bunny had to wrangle him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who do you think was in that Easter Bunny costume?
Well, I don't think it was the hyena because I don't know where she was. Was she even there? I don't think so. And it wasn't the doctor, because she was there letting him read. It wasn't
Think they put
the.
Tacky in it?
I don't think it was Peppermint Patty. Was it?
I don't know. All I know
Someone
is
had
that
posted a picture, though. Someone had posted a picture that was like the assistant to Peppermint Patty was in a costume like that. It doesn't mean it's her as well. Like, there could be duplicate bunnies, I assume. I don't know. Maybe it's like, backstage at Disney and we got like 3 people who play Goofy. I don't know. I'm curious. I'm not really that curious, though, because I just know he's not allowed to talk. So why am I curious? Nobody wants to listen to him because he's an idiot. But yeah, let's look into because I think I told you this, that there's the rumor that, the hyena had another staff member quit. And the rumor, the scuttlebutt, is that she may not rehire for that position because she's angling to get into Corn Pop's position and just assume his staff. So
you do the hyena. Okay. People are
a
dying
friend in
everywhere.
need is a friend indeed.
So I did Corn Pop anyway. So he's having a hard time, thinking about the good old days when people really liked him. Most votes ever in an election. Most votes ever.
What's votes?
Most popular president ever. So he was playing, kind of trying to play all sides of the field prior to this. And now he's like annoyed at some of his, which is a sign of, the decline. He's annoyed at some of the followers because they're not following correctly. So I'm kind of a man on my own here, and I don't have time for that idiot son of mine. But geez, I'm working hard here. He's working hard at nothing. Not really doing. Trying to make things happen, but no one's listening to me. So
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Heart of the matter is an emperor with no clothes.
Oh, that's a visual I did not want. Thinking of rivet nipples all over that. Ugh.
My God.
Okay. Something interesting is happening around the hyena right now. And we're moving, like, I'm starting to wonder if that's not a like valid rumor, because we're like moving in a new direction. We've got the Chariot underneath. We're moving in another direction. We're working behind the scenes with people. We've completed some type of objective. And we know that's none of her task that she's supposed to do at work, like, going to the border as a border czar would do. None of the things she's supposed to be doing. So this is something else that she's moving forward into. The Justice card is on top. So I'm wondering if we are not getting ready for change of batter, and she's going to be in position. We're trying to move out of tough, rocky waters. I don't know that she's necessarily excited about it. It doesn't feel like she's necessarily excited about it. It feels like we're throwing a shot in the dark, and we're fearful that the whole thing's just going to come crashing down. And I don't know if she's like pretending like she's going to, I don't know, the groundlings or some type of acting school or something, like trying to figure out how to pull this off confidently, because it doesn't feel like this is confident moving into this position. But that's kind of how this energy is coming across. So I'm putting more credence into that rumor, which I don't want to, because that's like, I cannot imagine. Like, if you ever watch on YouTube, they have Sky News Australia. They, like, almost every night now, they roast Corn Pop.
Yeah.
I cannot even imagine the roasting that's going to come for this.
So wasn't there a rumor that she was going to be, what was it, sent to the Supreme Court or something like that?
that I thought that was like a yeah, there was a rumor like that, but I didn't think it was tied to this current time frame. Like I felt
Okay.
like it was an afterthought or a after this job's done,
This chapter.
this chapter's ending. Yeah. That's what I kind of thought it was. But this looks like we're now moving forward with the next plan. This is weird. Definitely weird.
Yeah, I'll say. Because this, I got the world too. I got the wrap up here.
Mm-hmm.
That's like our next phase. Because it's not working. And I'm not really in charge anyway. So
You know, we should be thankful though that he had clothes on at Easter.
the whole goddamn house is falling apart. Gotta get my son to pay for the shutters and the air conditioning on the lake house.
I need to get that big guy some air conditioning.
I got a great deal on the painter. He painted for like $1,400, and the air conditioning was like $300, but I couldn't pay it, so I had to have my son pay it. You know, we didn't look at Elon Musk and that amazing loan that he got.
Oh, okay. Well, there's also the other people that are the board members that are shady. So you look into his loan. I'll look into the people who are opposing him.
Okay. We're going long tonight, kids. Thanks for being here. Stick with us. We had 37 snack packers. That sounds terrible.
You didn't say what they were packing. Maybe they're packing the heat. That sounds wrong. God, everything comes back to a Stacey Abrams novel. Packing rivets, ma'am. I'm gonna. God, what is that tool that you use for rivets? Why do I ever want to learn these things?
A riveter?
Rosie the Riveter? Oh, this gives this novel a whole new. Oh my goodness.
Huh.
What you got?
I gotta watch your video on whether or not he's an alien because I didn't watch it yet.
Ah.
He's a weird dude. Do you watch Resident Alien?
No, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, Greg likes that show. It's a you know, fun alien show.
Okay.
So here's his loan, and then here's the whole process of making that purchase of that platform, and then here's the outcome of that. So the process of getting the loan, he was not there. He didn't need to get that. There was something about the deal that he had to get it, and he wasn't really happy about it. And I'm getting the sense that it's because of the interest on it. But there was some reason that he had to get that. And I don't know what it is, but he had to get it because that was kind of the key to making this purchase. But now he's got it and he's breaking rules to get in there. So it's like there's a whole process. They have a whole bunch of hurdles set up. Like if you're looking at like a high school track, there's a whole bunch of hurdles set up. And they were like, okay, this is our plan. We're going to set up all these hurdles for him and he'll never make it through. He'll never go through all this stuff. Well, this was one of the big hurdles,
Mm.
and he's accomplished it. And now he's going to keep going through those hurdles. He's got a plan for everything. There's a lot of forethought on this. He is really looking far into the future, and he's got teams that are strategizing all of the problems that they're going to throw in front of him. And he's really got a good plan. He knows it's going to be a pain to get from A to B, but he's going to make it happen. He is emotionally invested in getting this property. He's playing Monopoly, and he wants Park Place and Boardwalk, and he's not going to stop until he gets them. And he's going to negotiate all of his properties until he gets a hotel on each of those 2 properties. That's what he's doing right now. It's super, super neat. Now, the outcome is interesting. The outcome is, yes, he's ultimately, I think he is going to obtain some level of dominion over this particular platform. But there's going to be a few things that hold him back. He's going to get trouble from like the FCC. There's going to, and I said it right there. I threw that out there. He's going to get some pushback from them. They're going to put all kinds of different rules in place so that he can't do certain things. He's not going to like it, but he's going to work within the within the confines of what they give him. So the end game is he's going to be happy with the end game. He's just not going to have as much flexibility as he really wants. So what do you have?
So I'm looking into the people who are trying to prevent the takeover of Park Place, as we'll call it. Right now, they're shitting bricks. This feels very much like if they could burn it to the ground, they would. There's something not good behind the scenes here. This is like there's something else going on with. It's not just Twitter. It's not. There's something else going on here. We have some big secrets, but we're manipulating the truth that, like, whatever's going out there is not the truth. There's a secret truth about this underneath the surface. They do not want this to get exposed. And I'm thinking part of this is that there's something more nefarious to, and it's not just Twitter. It's a few of these platforms. Like, it feels like this is tied to a Facebook, maybe a YouTube, I don't know, but it feels more like tied to a Facebook or an Instagram and a Twitter. Like, they feel like they're making a grouping in terms of manipulating human behavior. And we can say that, of course, with, censorship and articles and shit and all that. But this I'm almost going to say this might be powers that be up at the top here that might be behind the scenes powering this, what to many people looks like just a platform to connect with friends and people and whatnot. It's not. And I think we're going to have people that are shitting bricks because shit's going to get exposed. And it's almost like we're trying to figure out how to hide shit deep in like code, or just delete, or it feels like we're behind the scenes, we're playing games that we're not supposed to be playing because we're trying to protect our asses. But it feels very much like people that are like losing their minds, like pulling out their hair, they're pulling out their eyebrow hair, they're pulling out their rivets, they're busting at the seams, they're like flipping out because this is way bigger than just buying a platform.
Darling, I'm getting the same thing. So what I'm asking right now is the different properties on the Monopoly board.
Yes.
Is this all part of a human experiment? So Joseph Magi cards. I got hamster wheel and the fox. So this is You know how Psychic Joni's platform, when you go on there, it plays the videos over and over again, and it's
Yeah.
super annoying because if you're not right on your phone or you're not paying attention, you don't get rid of it. You hear the same like, "Oh man, what was that? Oh man, what was that?"
Yes.
So, and we're starting to get that now on, you get the stories on the other one. They disappear really quickly. So like you kind of have to stay focused. And then we also have them on the tube of the Ubes. And, this is like a, not money on the board, but the thing in the cabeza on the board where, it's like they're trying to do that to control the masses, to control the big masses. And under the surface, under at the root of it all is the ruler. It's control and consolidating control for a not so happy purpose.
El Diablo.
El Diablo.
Yeah. This is like, it's not just about tweets. It's not. Well, Celtic Runesinger is saying Twitter does keep their data up to 10 years. Now, part of me, if I'm going to put on my hat, though.
Oh, you've got your hat on. So I just did. Are we gonna get out of this? Is it gonna come out? Trinity is really the power of God to punish. And then we have 3 black birds with people talking. So the conversation's going to be there. We're going to have conversation out there. Oh, and I dropped the card.
Sloppy Shuffle.
Sloppy Shuffle. That really should have been the name of my channel.
You could change it probably.
And we got the man.
Oh.
So there's going to be a man that is gonna fix something. Well, illuminate it. It actually looks like Julian Assange from behind.
He's coming back.
Julian.
That's kind of a weird connection if you think about it, because he's supposed to be coming back this week? I imagine we'll have a busy reading next week.
Yeah, we have to do the Oprah. You ready? What?
She probably wouldn't wear this hat, though. She'd probably wear some organic oatmeal woven bullshit. Do they make organic?
I think bigger hat for her.
Oatmeal.
Like with a big
Oh,
brim.
maybe. Oh, like she's going to the Kentucky Derby. I'm not going to do that shit because I run into walls and my hat would flop off. Just keeping it real here. You cannot take me anywhere. Anyhow, it's been 3 hours, love.
I know. We were on a roll today.
Yeah. My pinch hitter came in and gave me some crack that I did finish.
So we'll hide our cards? I'm going to hide my cards.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm hitting buttons. All over the place. Tap. This was a good one. We had a lot of viewers. We had a lot of people here tonight.
Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with us this long. Who knew that so many of you guys would want to hang out for 3 hours long?
3 hours. Well, the weather was starting to get rough. And
yeah, the weather was starting to get rough.
Everyone was bored and tossed.
I was going to say everyone was doing the time warp. I don't know why that popped up, but okay.
Well, if it wasn't for the fearless sneaky snackers.
Packers. Our snack packers. Yes, Star Winners, you're going to have to watch this back. You'll enjoy it. There's so much here. We went everywhere. Places we probably... Wait, what?
Did somebody just come on and they're just getting in?
No, Star Winners came in a few minutes ago.
Oh, yeah, we've been here a while. It's
yeah.
We've been here for a while.
Oh,
Diego!
Diego! Oh, and a shout out to Mr. Gregopedia. Look, the producer Gregopedia got a shout out.
Look at that. He wants a mic. He wants a mic for when he's in the studio.
Can we get him a
I am
special?
in his man cave. So,
Well, can we get him a special outfit where it has rivets on it?
I might have to bite them with my naughty teeth. What was it?
Your ungentle teeth.
That's horrible.
Oh God!
So,
ungentle
but
teeth.
we should make a plan for merch. I think we need to have some snack pack merch. It'd be fun.
We would, but I have to like. What is the sneaky snacker the mascot of Snack Pack merch?
Is
Because
it
we don't want to infringe upon the actual Snack Pack of. I don't know if that's even still in business anymore.
like the Mighty Fine snack packs? Wasn't
I don't
that?
even know what a Mighty Fine. I was thinking when I think of Snack Pack, I think of Jello in a cup.
Oh, well, there was Mighty Fine. I think it was Mighty Fine snack pack. It was this cup that you pulled it was a tin that you opened up, and it had chocolate pudding in it.
Okay,
Delicious
well,
chocolate pudding.
okay, then I'm thinking the same thing, but I guess I'm thinking of the plastic cup variety.
I'm older than you.
Well, I guess I got to plastic and you got the metal. Was yours? Did you have a rivet on yours?
I don't think there were rivets on it.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
So did everybody have fun? Excitable 67 had fun. Hunt snack packs are still around. We could like create our own like snack packs. We could like. Well,
I don't want
figure
Hunts to
something out.
come after me.
No. I'll talk to my friends and we'll make it happen.
Okay, because I was like, can you imagine? Until they're, I wouldn't wish that they had a food plant fire at the snack pack place, but you know, I don't want us coming after us and like, how dare you? We don't have any more snack packs to sell, so we're gonna come after your merch. Arr!
So you reminded me with the food thing. Everybody,
Stock up.
make sure that you go out and you get some beans, you get some rice, and you put that together in a jar and seal it, or in your little vacuum packs, like.
Or go get like one of those, they're not Tupperware, but the plastic things you put your Christmas ornaments in or whatever. Go get like the 25-pound bag of rice, or that's what we did. We have that, and we have cans of beans and water. We saved some water just in case something turns off. I don't know what connects the water. If it's a digital connection, if there's a blackout and no water for you.
Yeah, it just kind of happens. I don't know. It just kind of happens, but we have some of that too. So, yeah, I have a lot of liquor in my house. I
don't have that much. I'm thinking like we're kind of like at we can just run to the store phase still. I don't know if I don't know. Maybe I'll have to learn how to get a still going or something.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of parties, and when people come, like we have our Oktoberfest party, and like people bring us like a ton of Riesling wine, and like we don't really drink Riesling.
Is it dry Riesling?
Huh?
Is it dry Riesling?
Yes.
Oh, that's my favorite.
We have like a ton of it at all times here. Like there's always like a few bottles.
I feel like you're trying to set a trap, like a mouse trap for me, and you're like,
it is.
That's dry Riesling wine.
You know what's more of a trap? The whole Gregtoberfest thing that we do. There's pretzels and beer cheese. There's sausage. It's just 4 days of eating. It's so good.
And
drinking. Like this. I have a little mini boot. I walk around with my little mini boot. Drink a beer.
Oh.
Yeah. We got the big boots a couple of years ago to do boot races, but nobody could really do the boot races.
I don't know that I could do a boot race because I don't know what it is.
So it's a big boot. Oh, I have them all upstairs. It's a big glass boot that's about like this big. And I have no idea how much beer goes in it, but we get kegs. So you fill it up with beer. And then as you're drinking it, there's a big bubble that happens. So you have to turn the boot so that but you're just supposed to like chug it down. You're supposed to like drink the whole thing. So I want to get some yards so that we have, the yard of beer. That's a little bit easier, I think. The boots are not for beginners. I mean, I certainly can't do it. So
not for beginners.
They're not for beginners.
No,
they're not for phase one. But no, the whole thing is really fun. So, and we have lots of Riesling, and we also have something called bee stings. We make these things called bee stings, and it's a whole bottle of hard cider, like the apple cider, and then you top it off with like a wine glass full of mead wine. It's the most delicious thing you'll ever have. You can get them at Renaissance fairs. They serve them at Renaissance fairs. And they're so delicious, and they go down really fast. And one year I drank way too many and headbutted Gregopedia's best friend in the stomach, yelled at him in German, and then put myself to bed, and I cut myself out of my dirndl. So it was, yeah.
This party sounds like something that should be live streamed.
We actually did live stream it one year. We did have like a feed going for a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
We had a DJ, and he like was doing like 1 year we tried on a DJ, and it was super fun. Maybe this is our meet and greet. Maybe we should have a Gregtoberfest.
I don't know.
Fine. Look behind me.
Oh yeah, but I don't know if we'll be able to have one if we don't have any like food.
What? There's always food. Oh. Now we'll figure that out. We have a lot of deer here. We can make deer sausage. It'll be fun.
No, not the Bambies.
Well, if we're hungry,
I'm gonna eat like grass then.
We make potatoes too, and I'll have stuff to make. What do you call it? Pretzels. We live in like farm country. There's plenty of people around here that like. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to come to your house because I don't know, like all the dairies, that's about the only thing we have here, and they've all pretty much moved out. I don't think I'm going to live, like Del Taco will shut down and I'll starve. So it's going to be horrible.
Well, I am going to win the lottery because of my lucky friend and her lucky numbers. And so then I'm going to buy my bed and breakfast, and we will have Gregtoberfest and our meet and greet there. That's the plan. Where's Beverly? She wasn't even here tonight.
Oh, Beverly. She must be busy.
I'm going to email her. Be like,
check in on the Beverly.
We were worried about you.
Yeah. But everybody else, all our regulars have showed up. Thank you for showing up and hanging with us, guys. Appreciate it.
All right. So
I think we're going to have to call it a night. But thanks for hanging out with us on a Friday night. And thank you for not vomiting after I read that excerpt from Stacey Abrams' book.
Yes.
I apologize sincerely.
We had some vomit emojis, but no real vomit.
I hope not.
All right. Well, everybody, next week on Alicia's
my channel next time.
With either of us, you can schedule at our bios on our YouTube pages. But next week we'll be at Alicia's house.
Yeah, we'll be in the mausoleum next week, darlings.
In the mausoleum. All right. Good night, everybody. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.